the legislature, Representative Colette, for example, who is the chair on Rules, Order, and Administration, and other officials in the House are saying that they didn't receive this communication is to smartly dodge this whole conversation about due process and maybe the House disrespecting the court. Now, remember, this communication also contained there was an aspect of this communication where it's talking about the process to be put on hold while the parties come to a conference. And I think you remember the aspect of the communication. So if the House agrees that the communication was received, then the next concern would be, oh, you received
why didn't you respect the court by staying in the process?
Yeah, you disrespected the court. So I see it from a point where the House is trying to avoid that whole conversation. So before even getting to the conversation of how the House disrespected the court, first thing first, we didn't receive the communication. Did we address the communication to the person designated to receive it? No. Okay, so
that's why I asked you the question whether, again, that was a smart plot, that was a smart play. Remember, these government institutions, they work, in unison. There's checks and balance, but there is also, cooperation between these branches. Why I'm saying this to say is that people have people in branches of government. Do you think somebody hinted and said, look, there is a writ of prohibition coming, a stay order is coming for you guys. So Sergeant of Arms disappeared, Chief Clerk disappeared, and then somebody who, according to the Chairman of Rules, Order, and Administration, is not clothed with the authority to have received the communication, did receive the communication, and now they're saying, look, we didn't get it because it didn't follow the process. But remember, Nelson, just before I get back to you quickly, folks, Yeka Koluba, from the House's perspective, the former representative of District Number 10, is no stranger to winning here at the Supreme Court. Remember, he also won a case in 2021. I'm trying to get the right date. He did win a case here in 2021 when he was suspended, and the due process wasn't followed according to the Supreme Court's ruling. That due process wasn't followed, and subsequently the court ordered that the House pays him retroactively for salaries and benefits he did not receive. So he has won, bringing the House of Representatives to the Supreme Court. But this is a totally different thing we're talking about here, and it's got a lot of implications as well. Let's go back to you as you are making your points.
Yeah, so Diamond, I'm talking about the process, the procedure, and how this whole thing could possibly play out. We're getting information, Diamond, that Representative Yeka Koluba is currently at the airport. He's on his way to Ghana. That's information we're getting from a very highly placed source, that Representative Yeka Koluba is currently at the airport. He's on his way to Ghana. And so if that information is true, then it means that we're not going to see the District 10 representative here today, especially so when there's a lot of expectation with regards to seeing him here.
Okay. Thank you, Nelson. Let me just bring a quick update quickly. So from our sources within the Supreme Court of Liberia, that is what we will be doing. We'll be giving you real-time updates as it unfolds. So what we can tell you is the ruling is about to begin. Honorable, the Honor Yusuf Kaba, Justice Yusuf Kaba, is about to start the reading of the ruling. Remember, this is a bill of information ruling. So he's going to start that. What we can tell you also is Councillor Jonathan Masakwe is the lone lawyer here for former Representative Yeka Koluba, and Councillor Albert Sim and another lawyer present. So the House is saying, as James Colette said, that they did not receive any communication. So Councillor Morai Yakula, one of Yeka's lawyers, not present. Councillor former Associate Justice Kabina Janet is also not present, one of Koluba's lawyers. Only Councillor Augustine Masakwe is currently there in the chambers of the presiding justice. So the House is saying they did not receive any rate of prohibition. As said by James Colette, the representative out here, the same thing is being said in there. So they're saying they are relying on Rule 25 of the House's rule, which states that the House Marshal shall receive all documents before going out. So as stated by James Cole, again, the chairman of Rules Order Administration, the House is maintaining its defense that it did not receive any communication because according to the House's Rule 25, the Marshal of the House, which happens to be the Sergeant at Arms, should receive all communications and documents on behalf of the House. So there you have it, Nelson. More updates and you can keep giving your analysis, folks. So it's live coming up there from the Supreme Court of Liberia. All the justices, we can see their vehicles, but this is before the Justice in Chamber, Yusuf Kaba.
Yes, Diamond, and this is exactly what we're saying. There will be all efforts to bypass that conversation about the House disrespecting the court. Remember, these are separate branches of government.
I beg your pardon. Sorry again for the interruption. So more updates, folks. So the justice has told the House that the issue here to be solved is whether or not the respondent, that is the House of Representatives, was properly brought under the court's jurisdiction. So the question now is, who makes up the House of Representatives? Is it just elected officials or officials who carry duties on behalf of the House? And if somebody received the communication on behalf of the House, whether or not the House was brought under the court's jurisdiction. So that's what Justice Kaba just told the lawyers of the House of Representatives, that the issue here at hand is whether or not the respondents, being the House of Representatives, were brought under the jurisdiction of the court properly. So now is the issue of whether or not the communication was given to the House, and if somebody signed on behalf of the House, and the House should have used its own internal channels to get the communication to the Sergeant at Arms.
And that's exactly where we are. And remember, these are separate branches of government. And at the end of the day, they want to be seen as institutions that are coordinating, to carry on their respective functions. No one is interfering with the function of another branch of government. But at the same time, they also want to do everything possible to ensure that what they're doing is in the confines of the law. So we're going to see this defense. And as I stated earlier, Diamond, if there was an error at that particular point where, with respect to the serving of the communication, this is just going to undermine the whole conversation about the court, let's say the House disrespecting the court and so forth. And so this is exactly where we are. And at the end of the day, we look forward to seeing what the court is going to say with the House of Representatives being present here as well, Representative James Cole and the legal representatives as well. We look forward to see what happens, Emma.
Thank you, Nelson. So, folks, if you're just joining us, this is the Spoon Network. We're live here from just in front of the Supreme Court of Liberia. You can see the gigantic building behind us here is the Supreme Court of Liberia. You can see those black SUVs. They belong to the Chief Justice and Associate Justices of the Supreme Court of Liberia. Yeah, we're trying to see if we can get some updates, some fresh updates. But what we can tell you is Representative Yeke Koluba, the petitioner, is not present, but he's represented by his lawyers, Councillor Jonathan Masakwe. At one point in time, I did say Augustine, I'm sorry. It's Councillor Jonathan Masakwe. He's there representing the petitioner. Morai Yakula, the councillor, one of the lawyers, there, but not present. Former Associate Justice Kabinan Janet, one of the lawyers, former Representative Koluba, also not present. But the fact that one of his lawyers is present, meaning the petitioner is present. So the question now that the judge has asked the House of Representatives is that the issue here is whether or not the House was brought under the jurisdiction of the court when that communication was served, whether it's the chief clerk or a computer analyst or whomever it is that received the communication and the returns were served, whether or not the House was brought under the court's jurisdiction. So what we can tell you, Nelson broke that story, is that Yeke Koluba, the former representative of District Number 10, is not present, but the process is ongoing.
Yeah, definitely. And Diamond, with respect to the whole conversation about whether the House was brought under the jurisdiction of the court properly, that is going to be a sticky issue. The court, we've always said that on our own jurisprudence, the burden of proof lies upon the accuser.
Just 1 minute again, Nelson. I'm sorry, but I'll have to keep doing this to you as we get in updates. So more updates from the chambers of the presiding justice now at the Honorable Supreme Court. The court quoted a ruling that the justice in chamber quoted that a judicial returns from a sheriff is highly respected. So the court is saying that it did get a returns, and that returns is highly respected. Now the issue is where the citation was properly, whether the citation was properly issued. That is now the issue, whether the citation was properly issued. But the judge is stating that returns of the court is very much highly respected. So we'll keep bringing you updates. I'll leave you with Nelson for a while fishing for updates. And once we get those updates, we'll share with you. So stick with Nelson for a minute. It's all happening in the chambers of the Supreme Court. Presiding Justice Yusuf Kaba is the one sitting on this particular matter.
Well, thanks, Diamond, and I want to appreciate all of you joining us again this afternoon. Spoon TV, we're posted here live at the grounds of the Supreme Court, and Liberians across the world are watching and waiting eagerly to see what the outcome of this situation, this case, is going to be. What exactly is the court going to say with respect to the situation at hand? But this is a defining moment for Representative Yeka Koluba, for example, because he thought that the process that led to his expulsion by his colleagues at the House of Representatives did not follow the rules. It was not in line with the law, the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. It did not conform with the House's rule, and because of those different issues, Representative Yeka Koluba decided to run to the Supreme Court, where he believes he is going to get justice. But in the face of everything happening now, the justice in chambers is now going through this entire situation. The House has maintained that the communication served or issued or that originated from the court was not properly served. In fact, that they did not receive a copy of the communication. The court sheriff says, the sheriff from the court says the communication was served to the computer analyst. A return copy was presented to the court. The court at this point is saying that every single copy, let's say a return copy from a sheriff, is highly respected by the court. And so by that, what the court is saying is that they honor the current the return copy in their possession currently. They honor that, they respect that as an official communication from the House of Representatives, whether it was from a computer analyst or from the marshal or from whoever. The fact that it was received, signed for, and there was a return copy from an official of the House of Representatives, that indicates that the communication was received. So this is where we are. But at the moment, we're looking forward to see what the court will say, because Representative Yeka Koluba have consistently said that in the face of everything that happened, his last hope is the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia, the final arbiter of justice, the highest court in the land. He believes that whatever the Supreme Court of Liberia says will determine his fate. He believes in the wisdom of the court. He believes that the court has the capacity, that the court will be very much impartial in handing down a ruling in this case. But Representative Yeka Koluba is hanging on a single straw at the moment, and that straw now happens to be the Supreme Court, because at the level of the House of Representatives, his colleagues have voted for his expulsion. Representative Yeka Koluba is being referred to by many as former lawmakers of District 10. Even himself have referred to, have called himself former lawmaker and stuff like that. But he has maintained that the court is going to be the one to determine as to whether he's a former lawmaker, as to whether he's expelled or not. And this is exactly where we are. Damo, I know you have more updates.
Definitely, Nelson. Thank you. So what we can tell you, folks, we're still live here just before the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. This, as my colleague Nelson Collette rightly stated, is a landmark case, though there's still legal remedy available to whichever party feels aggrieved by whatever the ruling, the outcome, or the opinion of the Supreme Court on this matter will be. Remember, a bill of information is for the court to interpret, and give its opinion on a subject matter. So now what we can tell you is Representative Koluba is not present. He's not in the country. We've been told he's already at the Roberts International Airport making his way to Ghana or some other location. But what we can tell you is he's represented by Councillor Jonathan Masakwe. He's in the chambers of the presiding judge. There's also the representative of the House of Reps, the legal representative, also present. Remember, it all started when we spoke with James Kohler earlier on. He is the House's chairman on Rules, Order, and Administration. All of what James Kohler stated out here is the defense of the House of Representatives up there. They stated that according to their rules 35 and 25 of the House's rule, the marshal shall receive all communications coming in and going out of the House of Representatives. The justice in chamber said the issue is there was an official returns, and whether or not the House of Representatives were brought under the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. He also said the issue of their returns is a respected court document, and even the justice in chamber quoted a Supreme Court ruling that returns are respected. The justice also said the issue now is whether or not the citation was properly issued. Now, the House of Representatives legal counsel told the judge in chamber that, look, the House is saying that the marshal was required to be served and not to serve a computer analyst. Rightly as stated by James Kohler, that was their defense that he made here, and that is their defense they're making before the justice in chamber, that the marshal wasn't served, but a computer analyst was served, Nelson Kohler.
For a very long time, Diamond, Liberians have not witnessed such a process, especially one.
Another breaking news. What we've been told is that the marshal is in there, and the marshal is saying he has no knowledge on the rules as to who is to receive court documents.
And this is where it's getting interesting, because the marshal is supposed to be the person receiving the communication. But when the marshal is saying that he doesn't have idea with respect to who's supposed to receive these kinds of communication, then it's getting interesting. But Diamond, another thing that's very important is that the marshals are not obligated to be acquainted 100% with the House's rule.
Seriously, Nelson? Even the one that concerns you, seriously. So what's the marshal's TOR? Nelson, how can you say that, Nelson? What's the TOR?
And I know you want to make this controversial, but I mean, the marshal is not a representative.
Nelson, the rules that specifically applies to me, which also counts as my job, my term of reference, that I should receive communications going in and going out. I shouldn't know that part, Nelson.
That's just a segment.
How does the marshal know that he's about to swear people in, he's about to swear people out, he's about to do all that kind of? I know that one.
That's just a segment of the House's rule. It's like, I mean, you have this whole, volume.
So let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. All right. So it is not the Supreme Court's Sergeant at Arms. It is not the House of Representatives Sergeant at Arms that says he does not know the process. It is the Supreme Court's marshal that said he does not know the House's process. So we just want to get that right. So I just asked for confirmation whether or not the House of Representatives marshal or the Sergeant at Arms is there. But what I can tell you, folks, so let's go back on that information. Because it's fluid. This is fluid information that is flowing in, and we need to make the necessary corrections and checkpoints where needed. So it is the court's marshal that said he has no knowledge on who is to receive court documents at the House of Representatives. So it is the court's marshal who said that he's not abreast with the House's rules as to who is to receive court documents. So that is what we want to make that correction. So instead of serving the Sergeant at Arms, the marshal allegedly served an unauthorized person. So again, that is the information coming in. So we needed to make that particular correction and make sure that the information we're providing is spot on. All right. So also what updates we're getting is the lawyer of Yeke Koluba failed to direct the sheriff or the marshal as to who is to be served as they understand their rules. So what the House of Representatives is saying again is that Yeke's lawyers failed to have directed the marshal whom they were to serve the documents to, because he's abreast with the rules of the House of Representatives, and the lawyers should have read the rules of the House of Representatives to know whom they were to serve the documents to. So instead, they served the documents to an unauthorized person. So the justice again said that for a person to be served on the rules, it has to follow the rightful procedure. That is what the justice is saying, that for a preset to be served on the House, it should follow the rightful procedure. So the rightful procedure is to give it to the Sergeant at Arms, and the Sergeant at Arms will take it to the leadership of the House of Representatives through the Chief Clerk. So that is what we're hearing here. So you can continue, Nelson, as I get more updates.
Yeah, Diamond, you're right. And with all of these issues, it is raising more concerns, and there are just so many questions now with respect to what the coordination between these branches of government are. How does it look like? To what extent are these branches of government coordinating? Because we have three separate but coordinated branches of government.
This is another breaking news, Nelson. This is another breaking news. So I step back to have read it properly and asked the right questions. So the justice has said that for a preset to be served on the House, it should follow the rightful procedure. So the fact that the marshal didn't know whom to go to and Yeke lawyers didn't direct the marshal as to whom to go to, it means that the presumption that the House was not properly served, the court finds a reason that the House was not properly served. So the writ of appropriation was not properly served on the House, so the court cannot be held.
Diamond, this thing is progressing here gradually, bit by bit. Now, what I see here is that the court is trying to...
So the breaking news is, folks, start updating your status. The bill of information filed by Yeke Koluba has been denied. That bill of information has been denied. The court finds reason that the House was not properly served. So that bill of information filed by former Representative Yeke Koluba has been denied. So the court has found reason that the House of Representatives was not properly served because the marshal who said he lacked knowledge and Yeke's lawyers who should have had knowledge as to whom to serve this communication, they did not follow proper channel. But the breaking news here again, Yeke's lawyers have accepted this ruling from the justice in chamber, but they have said they will perfect an appeal to the full bench of the Supreme Court, which is a remedy that is available to them. If a justice in chamber rules and it doesn't go in your favor, you have the legal remedy of perfecting an appeal to the full bench of the Supreme Court, Nelson.
And this is a breaking news, Diamond. But again, just listening to the ruling now and going back to what Representative Yeke Koluba said last evening on the show, makes me want to think that probably Representative Yeke Koluba knew as to what was going to happen. Because last evening he said, even if the ruling doesn't go his way today, there's a remedy, and that they were going to go to the take an appeal to the Supreme Court, and he went on to say that in fact he doesn't have time. Whatever they say, that's it. He's on his way to Ghana. He's going to be leaving, and whatever the ruling is today, that's fine. They have a remedy, and they're going to go to the Supreme Court. And just hours after, less than 24 hours after he made those comments, we're seeing a ruling here handed down by the justice in chambers today, denying the bill of information filed. So, but Diamond, the reason why this is very important is because I see a lot of concerns are drifting towards why Representative Yeke Koluba's lawyer did not inform the marshal as to where to appropriately serve this communication. But aside from that, maybe we should be asking the question as well as to why Representative Yeka Koluba himself, being a member of the House of Representatives, who is expected to be open with the House's rule, why didn't he maybe advise or make some sort of input with respect to where this communication should have been served? You know,
that is one of the things that was said by the justice in chamber as I was giving the update. He said that the lawyers of Representative Koluba should have, you know, he has been in the House, he knows the rules, he knows their rules. The court does not know the rules of the House of Representatives. The marshal does not know whom it is that he should serve, which official of the House of Representatives should he serve the precept to. So hence, that is the problem of Yeke and his lawyers. That is not the problem of the court. His lawyers should have known and directed the marshal as to whom it is they should have served that communication to. So based on that, the precept was not properly served because it did not follow the proper channel. So hence the courts find probable cause to deny the bill of information filed by Representative Yeke Koluba. So that is James Collier. He's returning. Honorable Collier, as you rightly said, the court has denied the bill of information.
Sure, and we told you it's not a surprise news for us. We have said it to you over and over. We quoted the rule, we read the rule to you, but some of the colleagues still fail to follow up, still fail to do the research and inform the Liberian people. We are glad that the court has finally, the justice in chamber has finally vindicated us. Those that felt actions was contrary to the rule of law. I say to them, the ruling is very clear on the issue of service. Service wasn't done. When service is not done properly, the court has repeatedly ruled that you cannot be brought under the jurisdiction of the court. In order to be brought under the jurisdiction of the court, service must be conducted. And you heard the ruling. The justice is clear. Even if the speaker is served in person, the rule is, there is no ambiguity in the rule. The rule stated clear 26.5. It is a sergeant at arms. So even if when you serve it on the member of the legislature, you have not yet served the House of Representatives until it is served on the sergeant at arms, because it is spelled out within the rule.
Why did you use the word vindicated? Did this put a serious weight and a smell like on the House of Representatives because you use vindicated?
Yes, and particularly for some of us who were part of this process, we have received several negative comments from people that we have had a degree of regard for. And I think that they were doing it on the basis of their personal feeling. Your personal feeling is different from the law. We say to you, this is what the law says. You are not a member of the legislature. You do not have access to the House's rule. You have not read the House's rule. How do you come and debate with a member of the House who understands the House's rule, who is the custodian of the House's rule? So we just say to them, we are happy that we have been vindicated. And I was saying to you earlier before I left, that the distinguished honorable did spoil his case. Because if I were in his situation, putting me in his shoe, the first thing I would have done was to take a glance at the rule, to get a copy of the House's rule and understand and peruse it to determine or to guide me in the procedure of service. But I reason best knowing to him, and the justice also said that though the return of the marshal, it is perceived to be correct, yet when challenged, it is proven it cannot be considered correctly. In this case, you don't just go say computer operator, like we are repeated said, who is a computer operator? From which office? Not because I'm standing at the judiciary now at the Supreme Court, so it means that I do work with the Supreme Court. Or it doesn't mean that I'm qualified, competent to receive documentations on behalf of the Supreme Court only because you saw me at the Temple of Justice. No, you need to do a little much more research to understand. And let me say this to you. This is an opening eye for many of us legislators and even for the general public. Now, it has been stated clear on the manner and form of service. So if someone wanting to serve a service on the House of Representatives on the Senate, we go back to our rule. What the rule says is what you go by. So I think, pardon me, I will not go word by word, but 25.6 is clear that in order to serve the House of Representatives, let's start first to say the sergeant at arms is the chief police officer of the House of Representatives. he or she is responsible to receive all communications for the House of Representatives and send it to the office of the chief clerk. And he or she is also responsible to dispatch all communications. So if you want me to read word by word, let me read Rule 25. Just in a few seconds, we'll be on 25.
So while Representative Colette is
25 says,
trying to read, we're trying to see if we can speak to Councillor Jonathan Masakwa as well. He is one of
Everyone. Hey, you guys. I love to bring everyone on together.
Amy, what's up? I miss you, Amy, long time.
You miss me.
Morris, your face clear today. We can see you. That's good.
What's up
Amy,
with your muscle arms?
Amy, I miss you, long time. I miss you. I can't hear from you. You can't call me, Amy. What happened?
You trying to tell me that you didn't pick up my coffee? You don't want me to attack you right away. So you trying to say the first person who wrote the report I didn't want. that's the skill that the same thing that Morris bringing here. You want me to be the first to attack him? Hey,
You must call me, man. But you're not here for me. You're not seeing me. Call me. You can't call me.
how you doing?
No, but George, what's up?
Not bad, my brother. I thought because I am so you don't want to speak to me.
Okay. It's sure, boy. But anyways,
Go. Guys, it's so great to be here. Thank you so much for having us. And we appreciate those who joining us and those who are to join. Please share the show. Bring more people because yeah, we're about to dig into this government's flaws. And make sure that no.
How about it? Talking, I was
Amy, guess what? So I was, I like to listen to BBC and international news most of the time. Here in Australia, we got it. They call it ABC News, so it's almost like BBC News. So this lady was like, I was driving, right, and I think I had my son in the car, and I was driving, and they were like, "We're about to talk about the F word," I was waiting for it. I was like, what? On international news, you can't talk about F word. They say fertility. I was like, oh my God. How dead is my mind, But yeah, so that's why I was trying to.
Perfectly dug. He regretted.
Yeah, there are a lot of places you can dig, but some places you go dig. Yeah, you get me away your grave.
I mean, that's it. I'm gonna dig. Okay. I mean, but then I'll be the last place you dug.
Last place you don't dig. Your shovel with dig inside you or say your inside. But you know what, Amy, and that's one of the things. That one of the things I appreciate the government for. And
is that sarcasm or what?
I'm being very truthful, very, very truthful, Amy. That one of the reasons I felt that the moral decay of our country was exceedingly rampant. Under President Weah, he was lenient because he approved this Abdullahi law that gave people the right to say whatever they wanted to say, and they wouldn't be held for labor or for labor or for anything. So people were just using it to destroy the fabric of our society. Our society was more respect.
He did a good thing by doing that, but people just took it to the next level. They just
and Amy, that's the thing. Liberian people they don't like you to give them rope. If you give them rope, they will do a lot with it that you never believe. Well, I don't blame George Weah for putting that law into place. I also felt that the law created a lot of loopholes.
When Joe Weah said, if anybody calls you, when I walk on the street in Monrovia, you forget what I want there. Oh, wait, man.
My man, we're talking about labor. We're talking about labor. We're talking about labor. Joe Weah not say I will sue you.
The man didn't know how to go about. The man didn't know how to go about solving that problem. They were running behind people. No, he didn't know how to solve that problem.
All right, let me
That's all
finish
about
talking.
it.
You talk. Let me finish talking. You talk.
Man, we're having free
If
show. We're having free
yeah,
show.
but if you
Free
say
show having.
okay, talk now. If you finish talking, I'll talk because we are left
No,
free show.
I don't. Go ahead.
I'll let pay show.
Go
All right. So
ahead.
the thing is that the reason I love this government is because the puppet bring real ratting. You know what I mean? And that ratting, I like it. And even they're talking about removing the free tuition. I like it. Because la bring not like good thing. We're giving a good thing. They will take the Amy said, you get in, each they will get, they will take whole year and they will run with it. That's what the puppet bring ratting for. You as soon as you sign him, you cause him one time, he look at you for like, he say, go get that one. Go eat and enjoy it. I will see you somewhere. He will catch you somewhere at corner, he will squeeze you. Prophet, keep going. But he's not digging a paper do. How they going there? Who go again? Who are digging a paper again? You get go over. Go. What I did, that waste of time. I agree with the process that took me away, but I enjoying it because I bring put that thing in leg. When you lean in with them, they can take you for granted. They can take you to be stupid.
What see this one? What see this one? Linear with your
Let it man.
You were running. We're having free show, man. You know, man. You were running behind the man over the play. You were linear, man.
I mean, nobody was running behind Yeke. Yeke was lying contra about dictate baby fool. Nonsense. Who in that right man? Who want eat baby food with take baby food? Baby not do nothing to you. Then you go take the food. Yeke was trying to get sympathy from people. The same way he doing now. He going, he patrolling all the county, causing waka man. That the same thing he was doing, trying to buy it. But because you people, you have hatred in your mind for the CDC and President Weah. So anybody said when somebody died, people confessing all the news now. When they say somebody died, that job we are killing the person. When somebody died, that job we are telling the person labor and they kidney because job we not get kidney. Call being you without kidney. When all the lies because of hatred, people were.
And we lost the show, man, because the boy just be talking who they lost the show.
What a drama! I just try to.
Dramatic radio, like no, it's necessary. To break the ice, Morris.
Don't mind Morris. Morris and I, they let us shut the friend off. They didn't want people to express themselves, but they didn't be able to do so.
You on the show? Who they talking? When the last time be on the show? Who they will be talking? Who they on the show talking? You can't get tired.
You in darkness that the whole thing are in light. So I like it. You know, if they're not anything, it's not because of setting values that are whole. I would say that the government continue with the country here for the next 2 weeks. Then they clean up these people. They say when Joe we announced the free tuition, that free tuition we eat. they soup them, they start running around. They say, it means nothing. Now they say they won't fight the government for not see say they won't fight UP government. UP government will close it down. They won't fight the government. No, you're fighting for the student. What you say are a useless thing for you. So look, I like what the government is doing currently. And if I had my own way, I would say let them remain there and give the people what they wanted. They help workers. I was saying
you campaign for them.
You want to pay, I want to your vote. So then you get job to do the thing that I want my own friend, my Jawate. They take joy, give it to family member. They take joy, give it to family member. They say we not voting time here. Without voting thing when you want to do it, go to Bapu, they carry one bag of red, one bag of cement to go pay most. Then they put voting down fast. Voting down fast.
Morris freestyle too. Go ahead, Morris.
Okay, Morris freestyle.
Morris digging his eyes.
Look,
why not get that to dig here?
Look, brother, we already just know the way about doing certain things, putting certain things into place. It's all about it. The young men didn't know how to go about doing certain things because everything is happening under this regime. They're going through. We had the power to go through that same means, go through that same process. The Chief Justice we have today, during weird time, they had Chief Justice.
Mm-hmm.
We have Chief Justice at that time. How do you call it? Say, Francis Popo, I don't know what the name. Prophet King sorted him out 24/7.
let's say maybe the argument will be about the men are not in the country, but even if the men are in the country, even if the men are in the country,
Oh yeah.
send a caveat that you are a Liberian, you're speaking as a Liberian. Nobody has the right to insult the Chief Justice mother. But the people didn't care. They didn't want to know. All Mr. Weir thing is to go somewhere and say, you know, it's Igbana more than you. No, you're president. That makes no right to, when you're speaking as a president, you got the utmost respect. Nobody's supposed to disrespect the president. But the man didn't know, the people that are running didn't know how to go about putting these things into place. So all Mr. Weir thing is to say, anybody curse me, you will not. I defy you to curse me and walk on the street of Monrovia. I defy you. Swing said it. They say Yeke went and had a press conference, insulted the man. They say Yeke. He had a press conference, insulted the man. Why would you insult the president? That's not freedom of speech. No, it is not. But today, for them they think by sending a group of gangsters to Yeke House, throw stone at Yeke House, bugger at Yeke House, they think that the best way to go. Intimidate Yeke, for them to think that the best way to go. No, that wasn't the best way to go. The best way to go
And
is
the
to
best
take,
way now, and we agree. We say that the best way.
yeah.
Go ahead.
So
We like
it's not
it.
that, yeah. So to
You
say,
be bouncing
oh,
with hand that they causing people, women causing women as a legislator, causing women. You're used to cheer for him. You
because
guys used to cheer for him because you're used to be behind the excuse that
so
they give
you
him the
have
Manhattan, so they make it cost anybody. They give him the Manhattan. Now when you
so
guys do that,
the government at the time had all right to put Yeke into place. With according to the law, accordingly, the government had all right to put Prefect Key into place accordingly, but they didn't do it. They were running behind custody, they were running behind other people and stuff like that. So today, that's the best way they think they could do it. So
Let
and
me
that mean they were
yeah, let me
go ahead.
too, because
Go ahead, do your
first
freestyle,
year
man.
with his dramatic posture tonight. Let me tell you something. Nobody, I don't know why him and Vasco always coming out talking about y'all used to be sharing, y'all used to be sharing. Does anybody look like, well, let me speak for myself. Do I look like somebody who I didn't even know President Walker at the time? Okay. Or what I call United Party when George Weah was president, or when all of those things were going on. And I keep telling y'all, I got to notice and what they call it thing? Politics, should I say, for lack of better words. When I went to Liberia 2023, I don't know how long I need to sound like a broken record saying this. So the fact that you always come in, you and your comrade, Vasco, y'all used to be doing it. Y'all used to be cheering. Y'all used to be something. Why would I be cheering for Yeke? I can't even stand the daylight of Prophet Keith. That's one. Because of the things he does. Why do you think I was excited about what happened to him? Prophet Keith was not
I mean, when I say you, I'm not meaning you, per se.
So, yeah. But what I saw, and nobody was cheering on anybody for doing something. And you talk about free tuition. Free tuition, like we always says, is not a bad thing. But put it in place the proper way. You don't go to university level and say you're giving people free tuition just for politics or to get some kind of, a political strength or because those are the voting, blacks, right? Morris. Those are the people who have voting rights, who can vote, who are of age to vote. What happened to the pre-kid? What happened to the Head Starts? What happened to those the high school, junior high? Those are the places that you get free education. So those people struggling down there, their families. Some of them they don't have money to send them to school. How are they going to get to the university before they start getting free education? Where in the world do you see university are free education are free for people who want to advance their education? Where do you see that? You should be focused on
in Rwanda, it's free. Rwanda is free.
Rwanda abandoned the Head Start, the early learning, whatever, and coming to high school. They abandoned it and just started making university free.
Because early learning in Liberia is almost free. Have you made a research to find out? It's almost free.
We're talking about
in public school. In public school, it's almost free. Any go there.
When I say
It's
early
almost
learning,
when the
George,
registration people are paying. Yeah. And then, so you want me to that daycare? You want to talk about Ochaki here?
no, I'm talking
I'm
about
talking
from
about kindergarten,
daycare to high
kindergarten up to
school.
kindergarten. Yeah, kindergarten. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's
From
almost
daycare to
free.
high school is free.
I don't know how I should say it before you
Yes,
understand what I'm
so
trying to
I,
Maybe
say.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know when
From
Madam
daycare
Salim
to high
actually
school, is it free?
Madam
Manasali made it free. Manasali made it
Manas
free.
Where
Yeah, Manasali made it free.
people are paying
When
school fees everywhere. What do you
I
mean by
mean, you just said 2023 before you came to Liberia, quality and thing. So the thing will be saying someone that you don't know, so you have to listen to us who can tell you.
Okay, so I'm
Now, when
listening
Manasali
to
came
you
to
now.
power, she made it free. Primary education was free. It has been free.
the ball bully us.
Listen,
The
not answering my
ball
question though. Not answering my question. From what
What's
is
what it bully? I was just telling.
from
bully us.
no, let's
Gonna
say let me
fire you.
answer
I know
let's just not
bully.
answer
Your
my question. You
BA.
just want to focus on the primary part of it. From primary education to or whatever high school is free. Is that what I'm hearing? I need you to make it clear to me. Maybe some people watching they don't know. Because I don't know where. Because I know
Actually, when Madam Salim,
where Morris, what high school in Liberia you know is free?
yeah, when Madam Salim actually came, I think 2 or 3 years in her term, she introduced free.
You're talking about you.
She introduced free school. I think in public schools, it was
Free
restricted
and
to public school.
compulsory. Free and compulsory.
Yeah.
Where
You must send your child to school.
yeah,
Yeah.
not
In
this
fact,
school, yo. Yeah,
if I said they had a program where they,
Mhm.
if I said they had a program where they used to catch children on the street during school days, they were catching the children on the street. Why you on the street? This and that. They had a program where they were school
So
hours to catch.
schools,
So they
are
had
we
a
talking
program.
about Tuckman High? That's what you're talking about? Or we talking
I don't know
about
how effective it is or how effective it is
no,
now, but the government actually introduced that system.
Peter Harris. You talking about where? AGA. You talking about? I mean, you talking about all the schools in Liberia?
All public schools. I mean,
It's a
all public
school.
schools.
AGM.
To me.
Huh?
Huh?
Government
Money them to
school.
you.
Government schools. Nipo that one. Nipo Junior had a government school. Central.
Just keep laughing.
Why would you want to say on this show for to be naming schools to you in your own country? Where you coming from? Then you say
No,
we're
that's
not
not
schools
bad.
to you.
No, but that's not the issue. No, but I'm not proud.
Public schools.
Josh, you just
No,
go ahead,
okay, your boy. When you finish naming, I will come back.
Yeah, go ahead, Morris.
No, yeah, but public schools, Nipo Junior are public school. But what's the point here, Amy? Because when you ask us to name schools, to name the school, we already say public schools, right? So by the fact that we say public school, it means public schools. For us to come back and name the schools, I mean, what is the point? What is the point?
Okay, let me give you the point. The point to that is, I want to know how many public schools in Liberia that people here. You all this public school, then you can count the private school. So if I tell you say schools here are free, you know schools here are free. So if you're telling me that public school in Liberia, so I want to know how many, because everybody that I know in Liberia pays school fees, right?
Okay.
So I want to know how many public schools there are there, you know, that people are supposed to pay free. Even in the public school, they're charging people for school fees. So I want to know which one of the schools are there that are paying free tuition in the public school, how many public schools? That is the point of me asking you. Because even people that go to Tuckman, I know them to be paying school fees. It may not be equal to somebody paying $400 or $500 in other school, but they are paying for it. And if anybody will know, I'm not there, but if you think you want to something, so we can ask people who
So that I would say, like what George said, you know, the school system has a breakdown. Everything they do registration. Some schools tell you registration, but it's different from the school fees itself. They get other breakdowns. Maybe they can say feasibility study, a cover book, you got to buy your own uniform, but the school fee itself is free according to the program that Madam Salim, introduced. I don't know how effective that program is. Whether it's still effective, I can't
Okay.
speak to that. But
Okay.
that program was actually introduced. Free schools in government, in public schools.
Okay. So there you
Yeah.
are. So it was introduced. I agree, but it's not effective. And for you to
I don't
come out
know. I don't know.
over
I don't
that,
know whether it's
How do you
effective
know?
or
How
not.
do you
instead
know?
of,
How do you know it's not
I
effective?
just
We
told
not even
you.
know that it
So
was
I
there.
don't know what
We
you
not even know
mean.
that it was there.
Because
What
there's nothing
statistic? What
free there.
statistic
That's
do you
why I
have?
know. I didn't know there was a free
What
school
statistic?
there.
What statistic have you seen that tells you that it's not effective?
Are you listening or you on your phone? So if you're on your phone, don't come back and ask me. I told you people that entitlement has it are no paying school fees, right? So when you tell me that schools are free, that's why I asked you how many schools are there that are a public school. Okay,
So,
so
Amy,
instead of making
let me say something quickly. Let me say something quickly.
No, let me finish. You talk too much
Okay,
on the
bye.
phone. You've been talking. So
Oh,
for you to
that me
come
been
back
talking
and
or
say
you?
instead that all school was something you don't know how effective it was, then that's what person we are supposed to be focusing on, not be focusing on the voting population or whatever. You're not supposed to be focused on that. And you say, the thing about free education, even what is the name? University. Look at a campus. You just get out and just throw something out and say free education. The people didn't even have correct board to write on, chalkboards to write on, correct bathroom. With the thing where George didn't know today that LU is bad of. They didn't see it then. Those pictures that they were posting all over the place during the election. Look how those place was looking, and then you get it, you say free education. How can you learn in a place that you will get sick? How can you learn in a place that females don't even have place to go and ease themselves? Then you come here talking about free education, free education. You didn't want to you just get up because you want votes and you said free education and you said somebody said, no, that's not how it works. You're supposed to fix the system, and in fixing that, you need money to do those things. If that will make you to say, because the person doing it, they're trying to do that, so that means they're not doing the right thing, then something's wrong with you. I'd rather have you paying school fee, or I'd rather pay and have a decent place, clean and renovated buildings and everything to be sitting in a good place that my health would be something, then to be sitting at somewhere that I can't even hold my nose, so I can't even ease myself. And you're talking about free education. That is crazy. And how effective was that? We can see their own face what they're reading. Or even to let me not do that.
So what we're talking on? So what's
When
our
you
issue?
ready for me to
What's
talk, let
our?
me know so I can talk. Yeah, I want to talk too.
It's not something that for you to come to about. I like it. They may get it. Yes, we need somebody that got switch. That's what people can listen to.
Do we have a topic? Do we have a topic that we
Yeah,
discuss?
but no, but
Yes.
I want to say something too. I want to say something. So when you're finished, let me talk to you.
You've been talking all day here. We need somebody with switch who can something. Yes, that's how Liberian people when they listen to these politicians who use them for votes for years and years and years and don't want to do the right thing, don't want to clear out of the way, then because they feel like, if we move the vote from here and we clear this way, 2023 they'll not vote for us. So let them leave it in. They're like, we are getting nice hat. We are love the people. No, we are don't like anybody. We are love his own pocket. The benefits we are getting from being a president, he don't know the job. He doesn't love that job. He just loves the benefits that job will give him. That's all we are cares about. Him and the so-called two of them are in court today to have more time to steal, to loot, and cover it up. That's what.
I mean, we're talking about school. If you want to go to job, we have to be talking about him. Then let's move to another topic.
Don't stop anybody for talking about what's wrong with
no,
you.
But Amy, you skipping the topic. You skipping the topic.
Don't
That's what you guys do all the time. That's what you do all the time.
Don't
You
do
just
that.
go to job, eating this and that. We're talking about education. Let's finish with education. Then we can go to people.
You don't call the shot here. Don't tell me. Don't restrict me. You keep me. You start throwing jobs here, acting like you like what President Bwaga was doing, and then going out of the scope talking about they talk about school free and this one when he cutting it off. You doing it, then you want to restrict somebody when they calling judge we are messed out. You don't like to something that you get in your feelings. You don't do that. You don't restrict somebody. You talk your free to everybody listen to you. Let somebody else make that on the point. Be patient. Be tolerant when they're talking about your godfather. Don't be there and be trying to switch the topic when they're talking about judge. I didn't want to get in your feelings. That is not cool, and that's what we do here. You don't want to hear it, you will hear it. You all want to come here and throw out things. You think somebody was living under the rocks. They don't know what was going on. We were not allowed to brainwash the Liberian people anymore. We would say what was being done and what is right, and they're not stupid anymore. They see what's being done in the country, and they saw what was done on a facade to steal from them. And then they're seeing a real intentional person right now. So if that's what would make them to say, "Oh, we're not voting for you in 2029 because you are intentional about development, about cleaning the country, about corruption," then so be it. Who cares? But go on. Let's hear what you gotta say.
Okay, thank you. Here is the thing, right? It's very simple. When you lack the understanding of how Liberia works and how a government works, you can go and throw out anything you want to throw. It's free. It's a free, area that talk is free. So the thing is that if you say by proposing free education in university, that means that voting right. It doesn't make any sense. But the thing is that because people their minds are so clouded, you think the people that's ought to pay the school fee, than the parents? Then the parent can pay school fee, that children can pay school fee. They vote down the same thing. Even when you say primary school, when you say primary school to pay. Listen, I'm talking. When you say primary school, when you say primary school to pay.
Come on, listen. You talking to everybody, talking to them, something you want to get 10 potential. Go ahead, I'm listening to you.
When you say even primary school alone should not pay school fees. When you say free primary school, because of what President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf proposed. Free primary school, free compulsory primary school. I mean, every little baby, every child should go to school. That's what she proposed. And that policy is still working up to this time. And then if you're going to sit here and say, "Oh, because she's proposing that vote she's looking for," then because the very common-minded person will say, "No, that vote she's looking for," because that children they can't vote. They didn't know say that parents can vote, that the parents not paying money again, that the parent will be in twos. It doesn't work because their minds are so clouded, because they are so simple-minded people. You see it? And that's the problem with God. That's why our policy does not even move from here to reach down there. It can only be made today, and then it break down right in front of, because we don't think behind what is happening behind the scene. Because people are saying, people are not saying, "Hey, man, okay, you guys can."
How come you can't take what you like to dish out? Okay, so he talks about primary education kids or parents can vote. Of course, the parents will vote. College student vote and the parents vote. That's that double votes over there. And when you start something from primary school, that's the right way to go. Everywhere we know that's where to start from. You start from the ground up. You don't go jump over everybody. Then you said, "Let's go to the end." So how are these people getting to the end?
Let George finish.
To get to the end, how are they getting there?
So she always join. And Amy, you will not talk everything yet, because guess what? We are all here to share. And if you can allow other people to share the kind of idea, at the same time, you want to jump on it. You want to jump on it. What I was saying here, but not what you were saying, because Amy, I'm getting my feeling, but you are interrupting your own show.
Everybody here, nobody be jumping all over the place and be something. When you're talking, take what if you want somebody to listen to you, then don't be interjecting when people talking. You must be able to be a man and take what you dish out.
Amy, by just saying be a man, you are trying to insult me. I'm a man already.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. Yeah, so listen to me. Just respect me. That's all. When I'm talking, respect me. But don't tell me say be a man. But don't tell me say be a man. Do not, Amy, do not tell me to be a man.
You just call
okay. You see, they play noisy now. They play noisy.
You are simple-minded people. Only you somebody more respect. But you always like to disrespect.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. You call us simple-minded people who don't know what we're talking about, because only you got all the knowledge. That don't mean anything to you when it says just be a man that they can say to anybody, working to anything, all of a sudden nobody respecting you. You need to take what you dish out. Don't just be a disher and can't take it. That's the problem I got with you. But go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll listen. Y'all go ahead. I'll be listening.
Mars, go ahead.
Wait, I been having show. Only two of y'all been doing your thing. I've been watching, I think, a couple of shows. Only two of y'all be on the show.
Man, go ahead.
Stand out, I want
Say, man,
join us.
man, I
So
just
let
think she will go aahead because you will never
us
let anybody to talk, Amy.
no,
And that's how
that's what
civilized
You know, like,
society
you
can
gonna
work.
talk. You just
It
don't like
doesn't
the
work
truth.
like that. Or civilized society, when another person talking, you can interject, but then you can wait the other person
Mhm.
finish. But for you,
Yes.
no. What the person talking, you will jump inside the person talk, and you want to be talking inside, you want to it can't work like that. So you talk, I'll be
We can
listening.
play it right over. I can
Uh,
record. I can respond it and
let
play
me
it
say
and show
let me
it to
say
you that all I did was interject and you got in your feelings. Nobody trying
let
to
me
finish.
say yeah, let me
We're
say
all
this, right?
here.
George,
Thank you.
sometime,
Go ahead.
you know, you want to finish, George, or you want me to come in?
I mean, I don't have anything to say. You go
You
ahead.
know, sometimes people say things. Sometimes even when somebody tell you you're fine, it depends how the person say it. It depends the moment, the content, and what the person can mean you. You can either get angry or you laugh for it because you know that the person don't mean that much. You know, sometimes we all use words, but you have to know. You have to know at what make you angry because you know sometimes you can interpret word differently. You know, based on the time, the content. Just now, you just said in the civilized society, somebody could get angry. So why you saying
Thank
that?
you.
Well, I mean, are you saying that we're not civilized? We're not.
People don't
Sometimes, I
understand
mean,
because they're so simple minded.
yeah. So you
Nothing wrong with
see,
that. But just to say,
yeah.
yeah, man, oh, you
When
post
when
me, you post me.
when
Oh,
Amy just say be a man, sometimes not
My
everything
man,
just take
let's talk about
offensive.
topic. I ain't here for
But
advice. Let's just go to
but
a
no,
topic and just go ahead.
it's
no.
reverse.
I'm not advising you when you on the show. You see, when on the show, anything you talk, you're not only talking to the person who on the show with you. You're also talking for the other people that are listening. So what I'm saying, I'm not like advising you as a person. I'm speaking to the audience, and don't get offended if you want. Yeah. But let
I'm
me say
not
this,
offended.
right?
I'm not offended.
Yeah, yeah. Look, for me, nothing much to say on this whole free. I think when President Weah came up with the whole, I know, university student school fees or something like that. I know the timing was wrong. The timing was political because it happened when that 16 billion issue came about.
That's not
Yeah.
true. That's not true. And you see, that's the problem. That's not true. But you can go ahead.
Okay. All right, fine, no problem. You can say that it's not true. I have a very retentive memory. Yeah, when that 16 billion thing came about, when that noise was going on, President, we are there. In fact, it was Kalasco. Kalasco posted on his social media page that the president tomorrow there will be big news and there will be big news announced for the University of Liberia. The next day they just came up with free tuition or something like that. And people condemn it because there was no feasibility study. They not even go to sit down with the faculty to have that conversation.
Mhm.
No, he did not even go to sit down with the faculty to have that conversation. Because he wanted to sway people's mind towards that whole 16 billion saga noise that was going around. So he just wake up on some morning and say free tuition, no feasibility study, no short-term plan, no long-term plan. What this mean for even the student? Because sometimes even when giving somebody money free, even when giving somebody money, be careful. You have to think, why would that money benefit the person, or would the money be a curse to the person? It's just like what they used to do, going dividing money on the Zogos. The first thing you have to think, I can't give money to Zogo because no one give them money, they'll go buy more drugs and take it. So that money will cause more harm to them. I'd rather carry them somewhere and give them food and give them medication, but not to give them money, divide money on them. So
Right.
so you have to first do a study, the outcome of your intent, what you intend to do. So that whole university tuition thing, that for me, that whole thing I was just fiasco. And that reason why it could not go anywhere, it could not last because there was no work plan around it.
First
But
of all,
It
forget
still
anything,
exists. It still
they
exists.
forget
Almost 5 years now. It still exists. So how do you say that?
uh
Why it didn't last? Why you say it didn't
as
last?
I
It still
say
exists.
when
It still
are
works.
you are you listening to me? When Mr.
I'm
Weah
listening.
announced that he was paying the university LU student school fee, are you
It
really
didn't
listening
last.
to me? How far it went? It's still but how far? If I said they were not even paying,
What do you
they were not
mean?
even paying. The wire, even the wire fee
What
they
are you
were
talking
making,
about? What?
even the wire fee they were making the noise all over the place. They were not even paying the
students,
students.
Yep.
What you say you're not paying? What you say you're not paying? When you say
They were not
when
even
you say you're
paying.
gonna pay,
They were not even paying the school
paying what?
fee. They
Paying what?
WAEC,
Paying what?
the government were owing WAEC, the WAEC school fee. They were making all the noise around here. President we are paying WAEC. They were not paying.
President Bola
WAEC has
didn't get that shit.
exactly.
WAEC
WAEC confirmed that they were not paying. So let's move on. Let's if we got something else to talk, let's
No, Morris. We cannot allow propaganda like that to slide. You can criticize the CDC government and say, oh, the policy was not thought through. I myself thought that policy was a knee-jerk policy. But guess what? When I look at the relief it brought to people, that because I'm not going to pay school fee, I can eat good food, I can go and buy fresh fish in the market. Because I'm not going to pay school fee. The school fee I can use it other things. I can use it to pay my rent. I can use it on other things. I felt that okay, this will stimulate the economy because now people will be able to have cash to expand. And so I look at it for and say, but you know what? Let's see how it works. And it has been working for almost 6 years now. For you to say it did not work, I'm surprised. And let me tell you something. All the companies, you see, all the organizations, everything is based on credit. You see the store that you can go and buy, those things that you see in the store, they don't pay for them. They bring them, they sell them, and then they pay. Sometimes 30 days before they can even pay for the thing that they brought to sell. Some of the things you see, they can go and use, purchase order to go and get from companies. They don't pay for sometimes 60 days. No, listen, let me tell you. That's why I'm telling you that even government works on credit. So what happens is that we get the goods because there's a guarantee of payment. We can pay you later on, but you can provide the service now. You see it? That's why they call cash accrue financial system. And all right, laughing again.
Okay,
I tell you something serious. So listen, what I'm trying to tell you. So if you say the government was still owing, listen now. If you say the government was still owing WAEC, I agree. Even before Ellen left from there, they were owing people. When the government leave from there, they will be owing people that the next government will pay for. That what they call government continuity, because the payment is not done one day; it is done over time. So don't use that as an argument. Yes, of course.
None of it was done at all.
Let me get drafted. That's not true.
That's not true. So if the government did not pay WAEC for 6 years, do you know how many millions of dollars that would be? For 6 years, you pay WAEC.
Millions of dollars, like 6-point-something million.
Oh man, just stop the thing here, man. You guys can always want to bring propaganda into this thing here. We are telling you that if WAEC leaves office now, if WAEC leaves office in 2029, still there will be debt that he leaves there for people to pay, the next government to pay. I'm trying to tell you, this is a fact. This is not something I'm making up. I'm trying to tell you how government works.
Listen. First of all, George, you talking about education. What you talking about? You something what if he's leaving people? They were going to something and buy fish. Let me tell you something. When the LU students were protesting, they said, "What kind of free tuition you get? All that we gotta buy everything. We gotta buy a truck for the teacher. We gotta buy the pamphlet, everything. We gotta pay extra for it. We gotta pay for everything. You talk away the university budget." And you say you're doing free something, and there was no way for the university to function. What
you got to take away your budget? What you got to take away university budget? What do you mean?
Before President Bola came into power, what was going on down there? I'm telling you, the protest was they were protesting. Those were the things. There was something. When the faculties refused,
they said the government took away the budget.
When the faculties, Morris, refused to teach, when the children were saying they don't have even I think that they were on protest, right? They were on strike. The faculties were on strike.
I'm a little woman, man. Why are you bullying the woman for holding me?
Exactly what you're talking about.
Stop bullying the woman, man.
No, you don't.
But man, I'm bullying the woman. She did not. Amy just came into the political space. Amy just came into the political space. She knows you gotta listen to us. We've been there for long.
You've been there for long.
Everybody gotta learn. You got stations of learning. You
don't know what's going
progress.
on in America yet? Do you live in America? You don't know what's going on here?
I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know what's going on there. You left that before you know about it.
I don't know.
Exactly. Okay. So don't tell me I have to live there before I know what's happening.
There we
There are
go. There we
reports.
go.
There are
There we
reports
go.
that came up.
Don't get whole estate marshal. Don't get whole territory marshal. You say, what are you talking
I
about?
go come in trouble. Better wait. Better go
You
trouble.
gotta
Something
be in
else.
your bedroom, gotta be somewhere before you know what's going on. Like they say, we still living under the
But you
bond.
yourself made a confession yesterday. The only time you came to know about Liberian politics was 2023. That's what you said. You said from the beginning.
got involved in it, get to know about it. Yes, I was not a politician. I'm not a politician still. But I mean, for me to say, oh, I'm protesting for
So-
somebody, I'm campaigning for somebody, I'm doing this one here. It was 2023 because when I went and saw Liberia, it was horrible. It was
I come-
horrible. Well,
I come late to you.
I wasn't there, but when I went there, when George Weah was
I mean, I come in to go, sir. I come in to go. When you
I
want to
come
go,
in-
go.
No,
I come late to you.
Wrong side today. I don't want to go back and forth with her. So when you leave me, I go.
you just don't like to hear the truth. You want to come.
No,
with
not hearing the truth, Amy. Because when somebody is trying to talk, when somebody is trying to talk about something, you pretend to know about it. When the person start talking about it, you start laughing. And because
Josh, I'm not living under the rock. I'm not
Amy,
living under the
Amy.
rock. I don't have to be in like brother to know what's going on.
Amy, there's something called
Today.
balance of when they talk about balance of payment. I'm sure a lot of people don't know what that means. When people talk about cash accrue economy, when they talk about different system, people don't know it. So when people are saying something about it, maybe Google it and then you understand and say, oh, maybe that's why you say it. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to tell you that when even Donald Trump are in office, when you move for that, you will be owing money that the next government will pay for. Not because they didn't get money.
That's true.
But you know how many $1 million the Australian government and the American government owe China?
Not the school district, not the school district. They don't put nothing in the school districts here and then allow them to go up for the next government. Not the school district.
So the children of dollar they owe. Where the children of dollar go here? Where they can spend it here? The children of dollar they owe China. Where they can spend it here?
What are you
They
talking
can spend
about?
on the school.
So
Yeah,
they
but give me
owe
an example.
China. Okay, so they owe China, then they can't owe the school district. That's what George is trying to tell us. Because George Weah came out to do politics and try to gain more votes for 2023. Oh, we're paying for
Amy, forget about that. Let's
even though nobody done that, they pay. Oh, George Weah is the only person saying 1847, but never gave one bronze cent away. But George Weah left us in debt. Almost $2 billion, $2.7 billion.
Even what I'm trying to tell you.
Debt, that big debt he left for us, we were still owing. This is a YA, LEC, everywhere else. So what did he do with this money? Then you come and tell us that somebody, oh, you think we don't know how government runs? That one is you because we're not working.
But then you say, oh, the school system. Who owns school system? What are you trying to say?
The same thing you're trying to say. It's what I'm trying to.
Because you don't know what I'm trying to say. You don't know what I'm trying to say.
You're trying to
That's the
lie.
thing.
You're trying to massage the fact that you're trying to massage it that all of the lies you're trying to tell us that we should swallow it because we know what you don't know.
So it's a lie. The American government don't owe China trillions of dollars.
That's not what I'm telling you. I never told you that.
Okay, what's the lie? Just give me the line so I can maybe clarify it.
You're talking about school districts.
You say I'm lying. You say I'm lying.
School districts here. We're not talking about American government not owing China. That's not what I'm saying. I would never tell you that.
School district. What you call school district, Amy?
You know
what is the government old school district? Government old school. Yeah, I want to understand. Government old school district. What does that mean? What does what we are talking about?
She said the government does not owe school district in America here. As much as they might owe, as much as they might owe other countries. Like you brought your China issue, yeah, the owe China is true, but they not owe school district. That's what she mean.
We talking about you.
Does she know how that debt came about?
But what the issue? What the correlation there? I don't even understand the correlation there. Somebody wake up, you say, we pay wire fee. Then the whole time he's paying, he didn't pay wire fee. Then you won't bring China, America, or China.
You owe China to take that money from China to pay wire, right,
That's not true.
That's not true. Then you owe the wire too. Then what are you doing with the money you taking from China?
That is not true. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not true. That nobody paid for 6 years.
All right, George, no problem. No, move on.
I will not be ministering that test for
no
6
problem.
years and not be paid. It doesn't make any sense for you to say no money was paid to YA for 6 years.
No problem. No
That's a big
problem. Let's
lie.
move on.
That's
Let's
why you
move
guys
on.
need to stop. That's why you need to stop.
Okay. No
When
problem.
you continue to lie to people, when you continue to lie to people, one day
All
they
right,
lie to
Josh.
you. That's what's happening to this government now.
No problem. Let's move on. Let's move on.
These people
Yeah,
are
but moment when you want to go, let me know.
people to steal for them.
Oh, I really got to let you know.
Yeah.
Là, you must second together.
I'm going to be me trouble, I beg you.
Là, you must second together.
Yeah.
So y'all listen. These people who sat there and still sitting there and allow people to steal for them. They lie to them and enrich themselves. They keep lying to them. They are the one who always calling somebody liar.
Anyway, I enjoy the free show.
What the facts are there?
I enjoy the free show tonight.
Lie, but you believe where you are being lied to the most. You believe that you cherish them, you lift them up, you pray for them, you whatever for them. But then where you being told the truth, they lie. It's
You know.
But anyway, let's go to
I don't even know whether you can understand yourself. I think you're talking.
No, I don't, Josh. I'm very
You
simple.
don't. Yeah, you don't. Definitely, you don't. Who get
Yeah.
mad at people? People that get praised. People that laugh. People that get praised. I
Hey,
even
see, tell you the more
Exactly.
understand what I'm saying.
I'm not getting him.
because it's confusing. It's confusing.
Tell you the more understand what I'm saying.
He know I got this thing, but he doesn't. But let
I
him
just want put. I'm not putting fire between two of you. I just.
I don't understand. I didn't even say.
It's
They put
not
that
fair.
laugh to you. Like, boy, I can say, "Well, I laugh to you."
I'm not putting fire between two of you. Man, I can't be two of you. Say, I'm
It's not
No,
saying
but
two of you.
if you leave me and leave me, if you're not in your good time today, so I'm not in your fire.
He doesn't like the truth. When you tell the truth, you want game, but then he like to be dishing stuff. You want to be using words, but he can't take it. Okay, but me, I get this skin. But anyways, let's go to today. I was scrolling today, and I seen a news about the EPA arresting some Chinese nationals. Did anybody see that today, or was it just me?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it neither. I didn't see it.
I saw it. That was me, Amy. When I say I did see that.
No, I didn't see it. For me, I didn't see it.
Remember how we always talk about the illegal minings here? And they arrested 15 Chinese nationals for illegal minings in Lower Maserado. Really? Lower Maserado County, right? Authorities said the operator were conducting mining without any environmental permits. A violation of national environmental and minerals regulations. How dare they? I mean, guys, let's talk about it. Who gave these people who emboldened them? Like, do y'all think these people are working? Like, they just got up and just want to do these things and they're just doing it on their own? Or y'all think like people are giving them they go ahead to do it like nothing's gonna happen? Do y'all think people would just come from China and get in a plane and just lay in my river and just let's go mine over there? What's going on here? Mars, we can start with you.
Yeah, people can do it. The thing here is that nobody's supposed to do illegal mining in the country, whether you're citizen or not, because we have a regulatory body that license people to mine in the country. The only different here is that these people are foreign people there. Let's say foreigners, because you see, when you foreigner or when you're not citizen of a country, the rights you may have, it will not be compared to the person who lives who's a citizen of the country. So you bear a larger punishment when you commit the same crime you commit to the citizen of that country will commit, for the most part. So the reason why even making this big news, because the Chinese people are all on the news, Chinese people are arrested for mining illegal, but there are Liberians everywhere mining illegally too in the country. Are we hearing this?
The point is, will you just get up and go to China, Mars, and just lay in there and just start go pick up mining site and just start mining without you being influenced by any Chinese national or giving a go ahead, or that they're telling you that it's okay, they got this under control, no, nothing will happen. And just somebody from that country making you brave to do that. Can you just get up from Liberia and just go to China and just start mining there?
Well, I would not do it, but people can do it because you see, the thing here is that even in America, yeah, there are people that come from other countries, they come in their country. Sometimes they don't even have the legal status. They do some crazy thing that you wonder, you say, really, the person can really do this? Anybody can choose to do anything they want to do because nobody control people. Sometimes people take advantage of a situation. The Chinese people could come to Liberia, they say that, but the country is the loose country. Anybody can just do anything in the country. People there mining legally, people there doing other crazy things. They got Chinese people doing things that we don't expect them to do. We got foreigners that are doing things that we expect the citizens to do. We got foreigners that are doing things in the country illegally, nobody barring them, nothing happening to them. So they could see the country like a free country, that anything can happen. So probably based on that, they could say, but we can also take advantage on this. But the point here is that nobody's supposed to mine in the country. Nobody's supposed to do illegal mining in the country. Nobody's supposed to do that. But for a Chinese man to come from China and come in the country, that is a super bravery to come in the country and do illegal mining.
You see my point? Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody will come from China. I think quite recently, I think in Ghana, I think the authorities, some kind of department arrested some foreign people. I think for similar thing for mining thing. I think they put in jail. I think for similar thing. Yeah, somewhere I think just a few days ago in Ghana. So, but again, these people can only do this because the type of country you have, that they think anybody can just do anything in the country. But trust me, the people can go inside the country and do that. They will not do it. But because they see a country to be a loose country, so they think they can do anything they want to do. So that's all. It's sad, but that's all I can say about that.
George, is this just Africa? You think Chinese men can just get up and go to Australia or America and just start doing these? I mean, but here we don't see them. They do everything according to the book. But I mean, is this just Africa? I mean, is our continent, I don't know, cursed or whatever? What is going on here?
Okay, so I listened to this story and I did my research, because usually when I hear these stories, I make a little bit of a research on them to see exactly what is obtaining. I don't blame the Chinese people. I blame our Ministry of Mines and Energy. Okay. At the Mines and Energy, we got inspectors. Those inspectors are the ones that can go to mine sites to inspect, to make sure that you have all the proper document in place before you do the work, right? So this report that I listened to did not say that the people did not register as miners. Chinese people, they have a registered company. That is out of the picture, right? They are registered to do that work. Because myself, I open company in Liberia, so I know how it works. So the first thing, you gotta go and register the company. You pay the money to government, you register the company. Then you gotta go to EPA to register for a permit. A permit that will enable you, that permit you're going to register, they will take it to where you sort of work at and see what you can do there, what chemicals you cannot use, what this and that before you can start the work, right? Okay, so all the policies are there. So the Chinese operating without a permit, EPA permit, I think it is a lapse on our own government, not the Chinese. Because we should have made sure in the first place that these people have the permit to do what they are doing before they even start. But we dropped the ball. Maybe the CDC government, you laughing, you know what I'm coming. I like that guy. You get read my mouth of that. So you see, the thing is that maybe the CDC took the UP government from there, go there, they small work for a few months, then move from there, put them back there again. So it's our government fault. And while I will not be here to blame the government, I know that there are so many mining activities that are going in Liberia. So if you say you have inspector at every location, it's difficult. So
Why should
We
that
are
be
happy.
difficult, George? Shouldn't there be hiring people that if that is what it's supposed to be doing? And if we have so many mining areas in the country, why should that be difficult? Why can't they have
Yeah,
agents all out there doing it?
Amy,
Just to protect the
that's why we
country
say
and the
that.
environment.
Yeah, that's why the technicality comes in. The technicality is logistics, right? And people can always overlook it. Logistics are the most difficult thing in any operation.
Mhm.
Logistics are very important because guess what? Let's say today we listen to a spoon, or it was yesterday, or whatever time it was. And my Jabate said he bought un air conditioner, a un desk in his office. Government should be doing that. But
Mhm.
government lack that logistics. So he came in. So you see, before you employ anybody who will do inspection, you gotta get car for them because they ain't inspecting in their office. They ain't doing the inspection in their office. You gotta buy car for them, you gotta be able to fuel that car, and you gotta buy equipment for them to do the inspection. You see it? So EPA is not able to provide car and fuel and machines for testing and all the kits and everything for more than 100 people. You can hire the people, but they'll be sitting down somewhere and you'll be paying them by month, but you don't have the logistics. Because you can't tell me, say, you hire George to go do inspection on minors, and then I get car, I get motorbike, I get fuel, I get the test kits, nothing. Then you say you employ George. No, it's a waste of time. And that's why we say in this thing that when you are not in the place and you are not working there, you don't know what the people go through. There are a lot of logistical problems that face these governments.
Yeah.
But yesterday, when they were not there, they say, "Oh, that Joey and brother, and that Joey white brother, that he taking all the gold from Liberia, carrying it to how they call it, Jamaica. The Benin hustle in Jamaica. There was nobody there to man people. But the reality is that they were saying it so that you can jump on because they know that they can fool you, the voters, for you to believe then that, oh, Joy, we are stealing the money. That one, nobody there to inspect the people. Blah blah blah. All we want to say is that it's a good thing that they were finally able to catch up with these people. And they should make sure they prosecute these people so that it can serve as a deterrent for would-be offenders. So that people will be afraid when they say, my man, now day for rule, but if you get a penny, you go down there, you can work for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. But people catch you, you're going to go jail. Those people go straight to EPA to go look for that paperwork. But again, Amy, I will not end by saying that just having a permit does not mean that people cannot pollute our environment. You see it? Because the permit that get people, Amy, you just take. Yeah, take. If you're using Zenite, you can't put it in the water. It can't go in the water where you take. When you're using chlorine, you can't put it in this place here. Take. No people can go and do different things. So we have to always have people to inspect them, because without check and balance, no company will do the right thing. Let me tell you.
Even
No
here.
company in the world, no company will do the right thing. But we have to stop politicizing it. That's the problem. When you're not there, don't say that Joe, we have this and that. Let's be able to be a people of sound minds. Let's say, okay,
So
what I'm trying to say. Oh, Amy, you want to come here again? Let me finish.
go ahead, Lynn. I think it was
The thing is that let's be able to look at things logically, right? And say, okay, why is this happening? What are the shortfalls? What are we having problem with? What is there that is not making us to do this here efficiently? Let's investigate. Then to just politicize everything, because we kind of say, if you politicize everything, the day they give the opportunity to get there now, they're there now. They put doing illegal man. And that even black people who come from Jamaica, that Chinese people that are exploiting our country, exploiting our drinking water, killing our people in the bush there. And you are the government. Now, when we're talking to say that maybe that Joe Baga's son, that Jojo getting kickback from the people that they put on, they didn't get the permit for. They say, oh, you lie. But yesterday, they said our Joey brother-in-law was money and taking all our gold. And they believe it. When you say that lie, they'll say, no, you lied. They were going to argue all until daybreak. But now, we should not argue about it now. What for me, my approach to it is that let us continue to push the government to make sure that we provide logistics and we hire people to continue to inspect these mine sites, because our people are vulnerable. Our people know what they call cyanide in water. They know what they call chlorine, excess chlorine in water that can kill them. They get all the chemicals that people can use, because guess what? There are chemicals when you put on the ground, can separate the gold and the mud. You see it? All the chemicals they get side effect, just like the medication will take, the paracetamol will take. It gets side effect to us. You see it? But it can do more good. It can do more good when it can purify their goal for them. But it's doing bad for our people when again they put drinking water and they drink it and then it can grow on their head. Also, when they start having skin disease, all those things are problem for our people. So let us make sure and continue to push our government to make sure that people are inspected. And when people are caught in plain foul on these things, they should go to good jail and we should not relent. We should not say they must go back to the country. No, let them get in jail in Liberia. Let them be there for years in our country. When they finish with their term, we send them back to the country. That when they go back, they'll tell their friends, "My put them down there, they ain't joking there." So don't go there and play fun. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Morris, Judge
Yeah.
said a lot of things. He said, "Oh, we blaming the Judge. We did this. Judge. We did that. Judge. We did this. Judge. We did that." Doing Judge, we have time. Well, we seen people being arrested about doing something like this, doing the wrong thing, and people just got up and just started saying, "Judge, we were doing something wrong." Oh, I mean, because some of the lies then that they said people told, I really want to know how some of these lies work. Was there something like this going on where people being going to sites and inspecting or in places, or what? I mean, let me hear what you got to say about that.
Yeah, look, the thing is that that's exactly the point, right? The thing is that every institution, look, nobody control people behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You only have a regulation to control people behavior,
Exactly.
and that regulations that how if you do this, even at workplace, when you go to work, the first thing they do or the first thing you want to know, the do's and the don'ts, right? That
Yeah.
tells you how to guide yourself. Those are the rules of that company. They will tell you. They will not control you. They will tell you these are the do's and these are the don'ts. These are the things that you're supposed to do. These are the things that you're not supposed to do. It's up to you. They're not going to control your behavior. So every institution, every country, every institution got people. Anybody can choose to do anything. So to say, I don't blame the Chinese people. No, why you will not blame the Chinese people? The Chinese people came in the country. They decided to mine illegally. And now the government decide. The
No,
government
they are not mining illegally. They are not mining illegally.
If you're not getting a permit,
I just try to make a point. Yeah, they just
if
did
you
not have the
understand
permit
that they didn't have
for
permit,
EPA. Mhm.
they didn't have permit, they didn't have
If
so
you-
They have permit to mine. They have permit to mine, but they don't have EPA license at all.
let me see.
So whatever the case is that they don't have EPA license, that means they were not supposed to do what they did. They were
Yeah.
supposed to wait to get a permit. Even in the
Yeah.
country, there are people that drive in the country without license. People drive, but when you get caught, there are people that drive for years, for 2-3 years without license, and they lock a driver. They never get pulled out by police. So they lock it. But when you get pulled over without driver license or suspended license, you face the consequences. So that's it. So to say you can blame the government, I don't blame the Chinese, but I blame the government. No, that's why we have government. Government is there to institute, to put things. Yeah, that's why you got government for. So if the people know that they're not supposed, nobody look. Naturally, people don't like to be governed. We human beings, we like to be free.
Yeah.
Naturally, we like to do things free. That's it. That's how we're looking. That's how human beings are designed. But when you go the wrong way and you are caught, you face the consequences. So, and we have a government into look. I said this on the show the last time. Lines and Mines, the EPA. I don't know the capacity, but by right, we're supposed to have inspectors. Just the same way you got police in every county. We're supposed to have inspectors of lines and mines inspecting whether people are mining illegally. We're supposed to have them. But do we have the capacity? Does Lines and Mines Ministry have the capacity, or the EPA has the capacity to send people all over the place? I don't think so. But when you are caught, you face the full weight. So that's why we have government. Unlike during Mr. Weir time, we never used to hear somebody got arrested for mining illegally and this and that. No, we didn't hear that. People were doing things as they feel. So you can't make that argument that you don't blame the Chinese people, you blame the government. Blame the government for what? What the government is supposed to do when you do the wrong thing, when you are caught?
The government's always make sure that you get all your papers, because let me tell you how it works.
No,
sorry
George,
for this, right?
George,
No, yeah, but,
George,
but Morris,
George,
Morris,
no, but
Morris.
George,
Hold on, Morris.
George,
Yeah, but
no, but
give me
before
Go ahead. You go
Before
ahead. Just give you 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah, you
Just give
told
me
the
5
man
seconds.
sit down quiet, then he listened to you. Then he finished.
Yeah, but let me tell you now, the Liberian government got somebody they call money agent. Is the agent of the government that work on the side. So before you go there, before you start work, you will carry your document to the person and say, "Oh, here is my money license. Here are my paperwork." That person who they call a money agent, they are in every how they call it, every county. That person should take before you can start work, and that person monitors you before the inspector can come from EPA, because the EPA people they're different. They're not from land mines and energy. So land mines and energy they get somebody in every county that they call a money agent, right? So that person is supposed to take before you can start work. So he didn't do it. So who you blame?
so
Now the government.
so George, I don't know about
Yeah.
Australia. I don't know about Australia where you live. In America, yeah, for the most part, most states, before you get a driver license, you go for the test, you get a permit. Now, if you go and get your permit, you don't go to get the driver license, you jump on the car, you start driving all over the place. It's
You gotta learn.
before you, yeah, you only get permit, and when you get permit, you're supposed to go back for the road test and get your driver license. You only got your permit, your learning permit. You didn't go back to get a driver license. You start driving all around. Then pull you over. You say, "Oh, I don't blame the man. The government was supposed to make sure the man get it." No, how the government supposed to make sure you get a driver license? You supposed to go and get your driver license. You didn't go to get a driver license. So the Chinese people, they didn't go to get a full license to start mining. They start mining. They say the government will not go and be behind them and say, "Oh no, no." That's not what the government does, brother. You supposed to
I
make
mean,
sure you get all your full package before you start. As simple as that.
Yeah,
You
you
go
get
get a permit.
you get a
You
I
go for
said
your
the thing.
permit.
I said no company will do the right thing until they are monitored. That's why you got the people there. No company in the world will do the right thing until they know that people checking on them.
Yeah, but
And
you
I'm not
say,
saying that we cannot blame them. Listen.
but you saying the people
Okay.
supposed to make sure. You said the government supposed to make sure the people supposed to get. How the government supposed to make sure? How you supposed to go get your lesson, your full lesson? You didn't go. You didn't get it. Then you jump on. You start halfway. Then you start mining. They say you not blame the people. How?
Yeah,
I'm
so
dumb. I'm dumb. Man. I'm dumb.
yeah, they're supposed to the way it works is supposed to go when you go to a foreign country and you want to make business, you're supposed to make sure your everything is correct and find out what they need for those things to be done. You need your license, you need your permits. If they have to, if you have to get some, if you need a license and a permit, you get that. If you just need a license, you get it. But you can't. I'm pretty sure whoever brought them there or when they were doing the registration, they told them everything that they needed. So because of the leniency of the country or whatever, if they mind that if they mind it and wanted to cut shortcuts and did that, you can't blame the only time you can blame the government if they are not inspecting randomly like they are doing now, because that's the job they're doing and that's how they caught these people. If they are not inspecting at all and they just common citizen manage to know that these people are doing this illegally, then it's a problem. But the government expect them to do the right thing to get all of their paperwork correct, licenses and permits and everything that's needed to start operations. If you don't have, the government expect you to get that because I'm pretty sure they told them. If you don't, and then they will do inspection. It could be yearly, it could be random, audit or inspection. People just show up. And when doing that, and they find out that you don't have these things, this is the time that they arrest people, and I think that's what was going on. The inspection. That's how they managed to know they were doing the wrong thing. So right here, they did something right. They were doing their job, and when they found out these illegal, processes that they went through in doing these minings and stuff. So we can't really. You can only blame the government. You say like when they come and they don't have registration for these people, it's just to go ahead and do whatever. Then you can blame them. But they told them. So my thing, but I was just kind of shocked that people would just leave. I can understand when they say Liberian men doing that. I say, okay, they think that they can get away with it. This is what the country is. Oh, that Liberia, this is not this, that. But for somebody to come from somewhere else, like a Chinese man a black man will not get away with stuff like that in his country, to just show up in Africa and show up in some other country and say, "Oh, I can do the wrong thing. Let me just go ahead and do the wrong thing." And it's not just those 15. There's a lot of them, right? That got caught with this illegal sand mining and all of that. And just brave and just be brave like that to do stuff like that in somebody else's country is what had me like, I'm like, really? These people can really do stuff like that? But yeah, that's where we are with that. But kudos to them. They started doing their job. They started doing, and like George said, they are lacking a lot of resources and logistics. We know that because the budgets are, the amount of money that the budget for them is not enough to get the job done. They need a whole lot in a country like Liberia, in a climate, in a roads condition that, you need a whole lot to have the people going around doing these things. So we do understand, but still it has to get done. It may not be at 100%, but you can't just say, oh, because no logistics, so you don't do it at all. Then there's no point of you taking the job. If you know there's no logistics and and you're not going to do your work, then what's the point of taking the job? Just to take the salary? So I think good job to them. But lastly, before we go, let's do this something before we go. The my job at this situation, guys. Mars, let's start with George on this one here.
Well, start with Morris, please. I want to hear his info. Sorry.
Why you be throwing stuff around? I
don't want to hear what my member say. I mean, I need to speak, man. Yeah, let talk. Morris, go ahead, my man.
Morris, let's hear you. I don't know
what happened. What's the point about? What's the issue about Mike Jabate? Just lay the basis. Lay the basis. Let me. What's the point? What's the issue about Mike Jabate?
Feels. What is the word I can use in like, bro? Marginalized.
Marginalized.
Mike Jabate.
They get it, man. Almost 2 years in government. You not happy yet. You didn't not before.
So but anyways, yeah. So he feels like he's being suppressed by Francie humanly, and he's not being treated fairly, and a lot of stuff that is going on, and he came on. What was it? I think a clip of Spoon Talk, right? He came there. Was it yesterday, George? When?
I don't remember the last time. I don't remember the last time I listened to Spoon.
Yeah. So
why? Why you don't listen to Spoon, man?
So
why should I?
A lot of things. You're missing a lot of things, my man.
Why should I?
Yeah, I can be busy too. So he came in there. He was venting his frustration out. So what do you make of that? He says that George, help me out here. I think you're the one wants that whole show. I just.
All right. So let me let it. So Mike Jabate said he was not consulted. He was removed from a position, and somebody was placed in his position, and they said they created a new position for him. Mm-hmm. And the new position they created for him didn't have a TOR. TOR is the term of reference. Term of reference is our listeners. Some of the listeners who don't understand what TOR means is that term of reference is that they got to prescribe your day-to-day activities in that position. So they can't just say managing director.
Your job description.
Yeah, your job description. So they can't just say managing director. Then I say, they say managing director supposed to do this, do that. So they got to explain your job, description. There was none available. So the legislature, because before they confirm you, they will ask you question for your job description, whether you are able to do that job before they can confirm you. In the case of Mike Jabate, there was no job description. So what kind of question they were asking? When they say assistant minister for peace building, what does that mean? You can't go to the border with Guinea and go sit down there and go to build peace, or what are you going to do? Because there should be job description. Yeah, there was no job description provided for him. So the senator said we cannot confirm you until we can get the TOR. So it has been almost 3 months, about 3 months, and nothing has happened. He said he met the president, he met Fagon, he met Jeremiah Pierre, he met so many people, including Darius DeLong. And he said he met the president as well, and nothing has changed. And he said He feel marginalized. He didn't say, he feel marginalized, but he felt that's what's going on with him, and there's no resolution yet. And the president told him that they will find something for him, but nothing has happened. And he said the last thing he said was that he doesn't want to work with Human. He doesn't want to work at the Ministry of Local Government anymore because he feels that it doesn't work for him there. Even his office furniture, he had to pay for it. His own air conditioner, own desks, and even staff in his office, he had to pay them from his own pocket. So he feel that that's not a place for him. He doesn't want to work there anymore. And yeah, so that's the thing.
That sounds horrible. But yeah, go ahead.
Sounds really horrible.
Oh.
But
You know,
go ahead.
no, end your thought.
No,
You know, I can still on talking. You know,
but guess
talking.
yeah.
You're talking
So
along.
what I wanted to go on is that just to speak one time because I felt that you are very limited to this topic because you just got brief about it so that you can filter out. You know what I mean? I thought you
Who
had some
limited?
ideas about it. To this
Who
topic
limited?
now, to this particular.
He trying to
What
say you're not.
what topic? What topic I'm limited? What topic I'm limited to?
You
Only
don't know
my job.
what's
I just explained now, so I wanted for you to give you time for you to digest it.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. No,
Yeah, so you can get more. Yeah, so you can get more input. Yeah, I'm not saying
go
that
ahead.
you not get sense yet. It's
No, go ahead. You just love using words. Go ahead.
Yeah, you love you do what, but
Yeah, you can help yourself. The boy can help yourself. Just like using words.
So here's the thing. Matt Jabata is my friend. In the 2023 election, Matt Jabata and myself were locked up in conversation. Matt Jabata, which we are going to see that night, I spoke on the phone with the late Prince Yerube Johnson through Matt Jabata. Matt Jabata was he's a shaker and mover, in the politics. My first time speaking to Prince Johnson was through Matt Jabata. He called him on his phone and we spoke in my hotel room. We talked and at the time Prince Johnson told us to come and see him in Nimba because he was in Nimba at the time. So this guy, you can hate him or like him. He's a shaker and mover. He knows how to move, in Liberia. He knows the politics. So I feel a little bit uneasy about how he's being treated. But one of the things that people should know is that Unity Party is not like any other party.
oh boy.
To infiltrate Unity Party takes a lot. Unity Party, they got people who say this is our party. And for me, that is a really good thing. You
That's
get what I said, this is our
Is that?
yeah, I feel that's a good thing, yeah. So, here's why I feel it's a good thing. I feel that I don't care how you can come into them, they will never take it as their own. Once you come from somewhere else, you must have come through their ranks for them to actually trust you. But for you to just come and infiltrate because you got, a constituent behind you, like you got the way my man get Bapulu, all the Western counties on his belt because most of them are Ethnic Mandingo, so he can relate to them more, so he can speak to them in detail more, so he got control over them. The Party will take you because of that, but when they finish with you, they will dash you because you are not actually a member of one of them. Just like what happened to our current deputy speaker. How the party is telling him that, my man, you come from CDC. You are not actually, you can support us, we like your support, but you are not one of us. So I think Mike Jabata is beginning to realize that Unity Party accepted you because of the vote that you brought to them. But you are not one of them. And
So what
as time goes by,
belongs?
Mike Jabata,
Mhm.
he belongs from where he came from.
Where? Because I'm going at something. You said you
Mike Jabata, I always been a humanitarian.
regime too. So if you're telling us that this is a Unity Party thing, then who doesn't do it? Where does much about
No. Amy, and that I'm going to call it from you right there. One of the things I hate about the CDC is that they even respect people who just joined them more than people who are been there and loyal to them. Trust me. And I'm pissed off about that. And one of the characteristics I hate about the CDC, that CDC, you be CDC, you suffer from trench to trench, but somebody who will just come and join it now, the person will get most leverage over you. And I will set so many examples, and I don't want to go into that, but there's so many, but UP does not do it. UP they will give you small rope, but then they will take it from you. Just like they will start eliminating people who they felt that, Mama, you help us, yeah, but time to go. That's what they will tell you. And that's what's happening to these people.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So that's my take. Yeah. Let me
All
just
right.
go and get some water to bring my throat is dry.
Yeah. You know, sometimes we so easily we quick to forget. I don't know whether it's intention or whether it's unintentional. I don't know. Our brothers, our CDC brothers, so quick to forget. Look, who is noted of government inclusion? No party of recent time, no government compared to Unity Party. As a matter of fact, when Madam Selig won the presidency in 2006, half 50% or 60% of Madam Selig cabinet were not Unity Party. They were not even in the picture. They were not. That is a well-known fact. Madam Selig cabinet. Ending her first term ending out to the second term before she started bringing. In fact, the Unity Party said were outrageous. They were so angry. Where the people? We never have other people. Olibaki, who is Olibaki Akinyere? Who is this person? A Unity Party right there. Even this Mr. Bwaka, foreign government, then Mr. Bwaka, who was the chief of protocol to Mr. Bwaka, even though that was his friend, old-time friend, but he was never in the public supporting. He wasn't Unity Party, he was supporting Unity Party. The late Maxwell Gravesey, you were coming. Who is Louis Brown? Louis Brown was coming today. He's the ambassador at UN or America.
Sylvester
I can go,
Gravesey.
I can go on and on. You have a party chairman doing the campaigns too. He said if we win, no Unity Party will be. Nobody would I not see this will not get job in the government. That was Eugene Nagbe. Openly, publicly, nobody who is a sedition, who is not a sedition will not get job in our government. They may say it during campaign time when you won't vote, but he said it. That means it was intentional. But let me talk about it. Let me talk about Jabate. Hey, my Bluetooth. Bluetooth.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, let me talk a little bit about Mike Jabate. I think Mike Jabate started chewing soon. He started biting so soon, and he bite enough. Look, you see, sometimes you have to just be intelligent, and you have to be a little bit, calm in handling situation. The issue of people just want to come in the public, trying to gain the public sympathy and stuff like that. And you see all the people that are visiting him. I saw Musa Belete visiting him today, and Spoon inviting him. Yes, Spoon inviting him, Musa Belete. What is all this? Mike Jabate, for heaven's sake. Yes, you campaign for this government, and the government recognized that. The position you were holding, it was appointed position by a president. The president called your name, appointed you to this position. Not many persons in government that got appointed by president. When you get an appointed position, it means the president know your name, or the president call your name, or the president appoint you. The fact that you was appointed by the president, it means you were recognized. You started talking so much quick. You started. If for any reason you have issue at your workplace or with your minister and stuff like that, with your minister proper, instead of you, but the first thing they started coming in the public, talking, having press conference, talking this and that.
That's
No, that's not the right.
with him. Yeah.
That's not the right way to. That's not the right way to go. The public did not appoint you to this position. You were appointed by the. To be honest, I did not really feel good the way he was treated at the beginning, because even though he was acting assistant minister for something, later they take him from there, they carry him to assistant minister for, I don't know, urban or something, local government, something, I don't know. I didn't feel good the way they treated him. But even at that, you still have a job. And you were still taking pay. Not at Mike Jabate. I think even up to now, as we speak, Mike Jabate is still taking pay.
So what is all they coming on the public talking this and that? If the president asks you according to your own thing, but even the president did not say, hey, if you have issue, instead of you coming to the public, just having talk show, talking this and that, found means to reach out to the president. You were appointed by the president. But you started biting soon, you started coming to the public. After you now talk enough, then you started reaching to the people, the Jeremiah Pay you talking about why you even going to Jeremiah Pay, Mr. Eugene Fagon, this and that? You were appointed by the president. You have close proximity to the president. That's why he appointed you. You know, but like I said, everybody want to gain public sympathy in this. So he really think that all the people that are calling you this and that, where were they? That wow, yeah. Anybody, because people looking for public sentiment. Most ability to visit you. Maybe tomorrow is like coming to visit him, or maybe Joe will visit him.
Everybody looking for because
Yeah, everybody will visit you. You see Spooner inviting you, this and that. What is all that? I mean, just cool. Calm down. Hey, look, government job plenty. The president alone got almost 2,000 appointment position of government. And before in 1 second, and Mike Jabate just went for someone at training somewhere. Someone somewhere just went for someone at training or someone at program. Government job plenty. What is the whole thing that when people campaign, there's so much that there's so much entitled. I don't agree to that entitlement. Yeah, you know. So like I said, he started biting soon, and he had bite enough. Yeah.
So my thing is, the whole thing about United Party people doing this and doing that. I noticed that with every party, it's not a United Party thing. Even during the CDC government, a lot of people were, marginalized as well, right? So they were complaining about a whole lot of things. And it seemed like Jabate got made fun of, he called me Jabate and all of those, things because of the same CDC. But my thing is, I don't like the fact because the thing that we hear a lot, and it's not just for him, with United Party people trying to outcast people because they feel like they are not a party members. I don't like that. If that was so important to you for somebody to have a position in your party, they have to be party members, then you're not supposed to be taking anybody's campaign or anybody's support. You're supposed to tell them and say, no, you're not a party member. Please don't campaign, right? For us, because we won't recognize you. And I don't think jobs should be based on if somebody is your party member or not. If the person believe in your what's the word? They believe in your agenda, right? They believe in your standard bearer and they campaign, or they are qualified to do that job. It shouldn't matter what party they come from. Especially the campaign for you, the silent party, they were called names, they were insulted, and then at the end of the day, when they're giving a job, you try to undermine them. And then you try to say, oh, they are not part of your party. I don't like that. So you mean some of us, if we want a job and go to Liberia, be telling us, oh, you're not United Partisan? Oh, go to Central Passpaki.
Well, Amy, hey, around the show, George say, hey, Amy, hey, on the show, George say, because you don't know about Liberian politics, but not about Liberian politics.
So no, I don't want it, but I'm just saying that.
I didn't say that. I said she must listen more than talking.
Yeah, that means she must not talk plenty. She must listen to you. And when you see, she must listen to you.
He just listen so she can learn.
I know more than him. He does. So anyway,
there you go. Self praise.
So for them to say that,
you let too much fun, Amy. You know more than me.
Just let me do my deliberations. Thank you. I can't work under these conditions. But anyway, for them to say that because the president is the partisan, so they are not supposed to be treated fairly, or if they are in a position, they should be undermined. They should be treated unfairly. I don't think that's right. Mike Jabate worked his butt off. He campaigned like more than some United Partisans. We saw him in the trenches, like they were said, right? In the bushes. We saw him there campaigning. I mean, what's the problem? today you know that he got a problem. Why would, if what he's saying is true, and I don't think Majabate will come and be lying on humanly, they'll say or something. If what he's saying, if that man is undermining him and not treating him fairly, that's need to stop. That's not right. He was appointed, as Murray said, by the president, right? The president believes in him. That's why he appointed him. Now you can say, oh, you want to support, oh, the way he talks, the way he's something, the way he doesn't know how to speak English, that's your problem. Same Majabate got to his position. I don't see anybody saying that, oh, he did something illegally, he stole something, or he did this. He's very, very passionate about his job and about what he does, and he believes in the president. I don't think anybody should be undermining him or to be treating him unfairly because they want to put out relative or they want to. And he said something. I don't know if that was true. If that is true, then that is very, very wrong. He said something like president. Said something like Minister. You might have said that. Oh, he's the president's nephew.
Thank you, Faith Electronic. The president is in power, but he's not in control. Thank you for that.
They're saying that he's the president's nephew, so he can do whatever he wants. How dare you? Who cares if you're the president's son? I have an appointment letter too, like you did. Yeah, you're the boss. If I'm not disrespecting you, I'm doing my job. You don't be telling me, trying to suppress me and telling me, say, because you're president's nephew. That is not right. If human is doing that, he needs to be called and he needs to be checked. He needs to stop that. Okay, and whatever he's doing to Majabate is wrong. And even the same thing, I heard Fagon saying the same thing. You can say whatever you want to say about these people that talk a lot. Fagon talks a lot, but Fagon is doing a damn good job. He's doing his job. Why would you want to be undermining him because he's not, the party saying because he's not disciplined? So my thing is, when it was campaigning, then you're supposed to shut him up and say, we don't need your support. We don't need your help because you are not part of us. But you can't sit there and somebody using the help to cook the food, and you want to sit there and eat it, or because people are no, you can't do that. That is wrong, and they need to stop if that's what they're doing. The only problem I got with my job, that Morris has already said, coming in the public to do what he did was wrong. He did people like visiting and visiting like for any kind of good reason because they're looking for support. That's it. They don't give a damn about him. When he was out here struggling or being called call me Jabate and all the one, how many times Benedict out of the country? Was he absent? Morris? And Benedict wasn't already in the country there. Well,
No, Benedict know how to party at the time.
Well, how many times did he? Oh, but this is what I'm saying. That's the reason why he's doing it.
Benedict was the chairman for Liberty Party.
So,
Of course, what Baga talking too. What Baga talking? Everybody doing the same thing, I mean.
I come in Leo and George.
It's very wrong. What they
Ain't
do,
going nowhere.
and anybody else, they need to stop it. They need to treat people fairly especially when they're in that position and stuff. And I mean, as long as he's still taking his pay, I think he should have waited because he has said that the president told him to wait. He would take care of him, and I don't think he should be coming showing. This is what people want to hear. Why would you consider on Spunta and be saying now? I don't know what that would give him any good fruit now from what he did. I don't know how is that going to turn out, but I think that was the wrong move that he made. But he's not supposed to, that he's not supposed to come out here and be saying on platform that they know they want to hear. This one, that one happened with Toya something. So work behind the scene, like you say, you've been doing. See the president, see people like you've been doing, and stay out of the noise and the propaganda of it all. But he didn't. Okay, so with this whole thing that the Unity Party's in or whoever, because they're the one in power now. So let's forget about CDC. When CDC, God forbid, let me not go. When different parties come in and do the same thing, we'll talk about it. But right now, Unity Party are the one there, and they need to stop what they're doing.
Are you God deputy so that you can choose who will be in president, who will be in
They need to
government?
stop what they're doing to their people and be fair. It shouldn't matter whether the person belongs to your party or not. As long as they're not stealing, they are doing their job and they are doing it right. Leave them alone. They are Liberians. That's all that matters. So, yeah, guys, let's go ahead and do our closing.
Okay.
And something and just.
Let me start. I'm in Raya. So let me start.
Mama, you
So
can't.
give me
Mama,
a
you can't. You don't know
Go
the
ahead,
talk
go
and
ahead.
stop.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead,
But
Maurice.
if I go ahead, so you start talking for long, I will just leave you and Amy.
No, Maurice, you
Local,
gotta
local.
when everybody close.
Yeah,
Mm.
George, you know, they got people, George don't know how to talk to say, let me leave you. You got to tell you, my man, all right now.
Yeah.
No, you not true. Amy second, baby,
But,
winning on that one. I can
why
stop.
Amy will be you with that way. Anyway, it was a
Amy can
good
better
show.
with. Amy not Christian. She can lie.
I get loud on Sunday.
Wait a minute.
Oh, not you.
Yeah, man, it was a good show, man. We'll try. Amy will call me, man. When you hear from me, couple of days, call me. Stop, call me.
I'm gonna leave it there about
Hey,
talk.
man, yeah,
Where
serious
where you
woman.
gonna lead?
I do God.
Where you gonna lead again? But wait, you make it plan about room whole day you can't talk about. But anyway, it was a good show, man. We can,
My girl,
but
though, my girl.
Trump said anybody can they must go back in that. We're gonna change that. We're gonna
He
mm,
said what?
mm, anybody who won't file for green card must go back in your country and do it then. And have to be in America to do it. Can you imagine that?
Are you serious? How
Yeah,
long?
Yeah.
I
How
saw that.
long that boy been there? Because look, the other four, you're taking too much long.
I know. If you want file for your green card.
The 4 years to be over
Don't be in
there.
if you're in the country, you must go back to where you're coming from and do the process through the embassy. They don't be in America. Can you imagine that? Who will go?
Wow, that
You,
is
you pay
crazy.
me you pay me say I will not go. But it was it was a good show,
Oh
man.
my
Anyway.
God. So people should
Yeah. Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
go.
That's the later release from
I
USICS.
didn't even
Man.
see that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They guy, I swear. It's
The
crazy.
person already here. Why do they have to go back?
Yeah, they must go back. Yeah, who will fall in that trap? All right. Anyway, it was a good show, man. We'll try to come anytime. We'll try. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Georgie?
Yep. So guys, it was a good show. Thank you so much. And the reason why sometimes the pressure flare is because of our passion for Liberia and where we want Liberia. And there's no doubt here that any of us sitting on this podium or on this platform want bad for Liberia. We all want good for Liberia, but the difference is how, different ways, what I mean, different spectrum. And that's fair enough. We'll all not agree on the same thing. But what I want to induce us to do is to make sure that we always state the facts. And they said the truth will set us free. And always we should be able to say the truth, even in the eyes or in the face of imminent harm or imminent danger. We should say the truth. And that will make Liberia a better place for every one of us. And again, now we cannot go back in this area. Liberia belongs to every one of us. We cannot go back and say, and say, oh, when CDC were here, this thing happened. We want a better Liberia. The Liberian people trusted this government. They trusted the 42 years of experience President Bouaka had in government. That's why they selected him, and because they felt that President Weah was not experienced enough, so they chose him. So we want to see the benefit of the experience that President Bouaka has brought to this country. But what we see nowadays is very disappointing. We now see that I was thinking loudly to myself yesterday, and was thinking that why is President Bouaka not talking about the border situation? And sometimes Amy appears to be a novice when it comes to our politics, but sometimes she can strike some very important points. And something she said in one of our shows, it came to my mind, and I agree 100%. I think what President Bouaka is trying to do is that he's trying to say that the Guinean army will not stay in a bush there for the next 5 years. They will get tired and go. When they go, that whole thing is over. We're not going to go there and confront them. While that is a strategy that can be used to say when they're tired, they'll move from there. We're not going to fight them. But the moral lesson it teaches is that even though we could say we cannot confront you because that thing we used to be cheering when they say the man waste your man food. You can put saying in the hand, they can do that day. Then the friend one for you, they will smack the head. Then they say, well, this is all the man with my food. Well, you not going for the person. Then you get jump on the pen yourself for it. They show the saying to the man smack the saying, the tell Boga say the man wake up about the message. When I'm time, will go home. Why that is a strategy. It also tells you that Liberia is in a disadvantage because we just heard recently that even the Malian they opened fire on the Guineans, the Guinean military because they were also at their border as well. What they did to us, they did it to Sierra Leone, and they also did it to Mali because they got a border with Mali. And they opened fire on them, and there was this thing going on. But it quiet down now. But at least they know that you can mess with them. You can mess with the Malians.
Bull crap there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can bring that nonsense to us. You can do it to Liberia, you can do it to Sierra Leone, but you can bring that nonsense to us. So they open fire on them, and I think by this time they are discussing diplomatic league now, right? But our president has not really shown us the experience that he got. You know, you cannot be, negotiating and don't know what you're negotiating about. Are we negotiating for people to leave the land, or we are negotiating so that they can stay in peace with our people? Or what are we negotiating about? We still don't know. The president spoke once about this issue. And since that time, he has not said anything, almost 3 months now. So it's something that we need to think about. And Yega Koloba has left. Yega Koloba is in Ghana. He can be licensed in Dubai, in Ghana. The thing is that I don't feel any pity for him. I really love the way he's been treated by this government. Because, this when they say going wearing long sleeve, wearing short sleeve, it's exactly what is happening now. You can do something to me, I can look at you and say, I will let you go. But the next person you do it to, that person will not let you go. And the person will suck it to you. And I think that's what is happening to Yega Koloba. It's sweet for him. It's sweet for all these people that the government, even if President Boakai wants to remove the free education, I'll support him and I'll vote for it. But what I would not vote for is Senator Dillon's idea to pass a law that would take $1 from my money. Yeah, I know. Senator Dillon's bill, what you coming to sponsor to take $1 from our money, what we send to our people, when you cannot reduce the salary that he's getting. Senator Dillon made promise to us, say when we're going to vote for him to become senator, you are going to proffer a bill that we're going to reduce that salary. Almost since 2019, we voted for him. We voted for him again. I know 2020, we voted for him again.
You who voted for him.
Liberian people must say we. I'm a Liberian, so I'm part of.
No, but don't say we because you're not part of it.
But I know, hey, come on, man. I get voting cards.
Yeah, you got to before you say we.
So don't say we. Say the Liberian people voted for. Say the people voting for you. Don't say we.
Okay, I will start all over my time again. So you
no, I beg you, we gotta go.
That monologue you think you know how you be talking.
I know.
Dillon has not been able to pass that bill. He's not going to pass the bill to take our money because it's our hard-earned money. We don't agree for anybody to take our money because it's our money. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Liberia.
So thank you that you it's so good you brought that up because we had that talk on this show here so many times. Your president came, and I'm the Nobel Vice President for that organization. If I should let you know, so
which organization?
The bill that Dillon is offering the diaspora.
The DLDI. That's what
we talk about them so many times here. You were on here and all. We talk about it. The president came on here. We talked about it. It's for even you that's sitting over. You're part of that initiative. It's the diaspora and Liberians, right? I think I put you in that chat room before. If I don't know if you're not in there,
I'm there.
All of you will get in there.
Myself not there. But nobody will take my money. I will send to my people.
The whole point of that is that we always talk about development, doing something in Liberia. Government would not do it all. And it's not about this government. It's not about the next one. It's not about the one to come or anything like that. is about Liberia. It's happening because this government is there now, but it's non-political. It's for every Liberian, right? People want to do things in Liberia, but nobody has the money to do it themselves. So, people, how about all of us Liberians come together? And we have a yearly fee, a due of $10, just $10, right? And then this bill, this remittance, the dollar remittance thing came about, and that was the funny, the vision bearer. That was his idea, and to put that, send it to the legislature. And you know how many times we one president Dillon, hey, Senator Dillon down to something about that bill. That is not Dillon's. Something that he put for is Liberians in the diaspora. That's the organization, something that he put, and he felt like that was a good thing. Is him and Senator Jalas and other senators too. And what's the guy name too? A lot of them that was called to put that bill forward. Okay, dollar from every not your $100 or your $50 and stuff like that, or your $5 squash card. No, like the money that we send, healthy money that we send back home, or something, just dollar of that for everybody to put it together to be able to do something in Liberia. Any content that is needed, that something is needed to be done, that not just one place. Government had nothing to do with that money. It would be the Liberians Diaspora Project. That's what our bill in our organization is about. It's not about a politician, because I know because Dillon put it forward and everybody, hey, because Dillon said Dillon. No, it's not about Dillon. It was just the fact that people called him and other people, Senator Jala, and I think what they meant, another senator too, but they were all they were the one that people we called to put that bill on the floor. Because the whole politics thing, and it had to be done. And people were thinking about it and say, we don't want it to be like a politician thing. When people when they put the on the floor, then they say, oh, they're all the politicians on the floor. And people don't want to come in. And people don't want something here. But somebody had to put on the floor. Every one of them in there, they are politicians. So the people who get a hold of, those are the ones who had it and went and put on the floor. It's not a Senator Dillon's thing that we you talking about, why he can't do the one to his salary, and the salary bills and the Dillon did put it on the floor this year again, and he cannot squeeze people to vote for it. If he talk about it and they don't want to vote for it, people are adding soon and saying they want more money instead of reducing their salary, then there's nothing you can do. Senator Dillon is using that salary, the amount that he said that you reduce to put it on rehabilitation or something, and now doing it as a using it rehabilitation and then libraries right now. So there's nothing you can say about that. Senator Dillon is not doing to reduce his salary. It's just his colleagues. He can only talk to them. He cannot squeeze that neck to do it. So that's what I wanted to say about that. But yeah.
But Amy, Dillon is not even the right. Dillon is not even the right messenger for the whole bill.
Yeah, he's not the right messenger. Ain't go sit down.
Dillon is not, because they sent Dillon man. They sent Dillon man stood up and fought that the city people in the diaspora cannot be full citizen. It was the same Dillon that was pushing that argument. He argued that for years.
Citizen?
Yes. They said Dillon.
He argued against it.
He argued that thing. He said no, the people can be citizen. If I say they won't be citizen, at the end of the day, they won't be citizen. He must get condition. They send Dillon. Now they send Dillon coming out to see people that are in the diaspora. He want their money. And besides that, there are other countries.
This is what I'm saying. You're getting it wrong. People asked Dillon. We asked Dillon to put that bill on the floor. It's not Dillon's money.
I come in now. Okay. Y'all ask the wrong messenger.
He's not a rap person.
Y'all ask the wrong messenger. The point here is that.
Let me tell you this. If you
Amy.
I come in. You call Senator Jara. You call Senator McGill. You call Senator what's the other guy name? If none of them wants to, they all act like they don't want to pick up, they don't want to respond. But when it's time for
Amara Kone will be the best person. Amara Kone.
That's when they know all of these. That's when they know people in the diaspora.
But Dillon not going to champion that for us. Would I agree?
when you need this thing done, they don't want to pick up the guy that pick up and answer and say, okay, you will help it on the floor. Then we'll
Because
say,
our money been inside. Why you pick up quick?
huh? What happened? What you said?
That money been inside. Why you pick up
But
quick?
Amy, Amy, that just
It's not even going in our pocket. It's
Yeah,
not
but
going
he
in
would
the other pocket.
he would get that on a resume. We don't want it on a resume
Amy,
because you're not
Oh,
worth it.
I see where you're
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah,
Amy,
like hold on, probably you know,
Amy,
we don't want it on
Amy,
him.
some
So you
country,
can't boast about it when you are opposing us towards
I know
citizenship.
country got similar. I know there are countries that get different programs about how
Okay, guys, I gotta run.
my second go certain percentage. Some of the countries say it's not even legislature. As the money go, the bank costs certain percentage. That money saved and for something. And besides that, what do we even stand to benefit? We're in the diaspora, you will not get voting right. You can pass a bill there, and what do we stand to benefit? We want the voting right in the diaspora. We don't have a voting right.
Benefits?
Yes, we want voting right.
We benefit by helping to develop our
No,
country.
that's not auto A. We want to have a take. We want to voting right. Do you know what you mean when people
That's
when
not
people?
what we're discussing right now. We're talking about development right now.
I mean, you are saying your own. You are saying your own, right? And you say your own. I'm saying that. You know what I mean?
bill we're talking about. You said what we're beginning to benefit in this bill, right?
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I said the benefit. Okay, look, even the money we send it for our people there that benefit there, it helping them. But for you to say we must cut something, come up with something that look. You know how many person can buy ticket 1,500 to go Liberia to go register to go back to go vote? People want to have a voting right in the diaspora. We want a voting right. How can you? I mean,
how is that gonna work?
we want a voting right. Well,
Yeah, you want to?
how can that work?
Yeah, how is that? Because you're treating Liberia right now as
No, they got countries. They got countries that people. They got countries that people vote like Guinea. And Guinea just had an election. People voted in Guinea in America. Yeah, Guinea are right here. People can vote in the diaspora. We don't have that right. Liberia don't have that right to vote outside Liberia.
You trust that system that somebody should vote outside of the.
What I'm saying here is that a bill like that can come along with something like, okay, you know what? We want the diaspora and the diaspora to Liberians to have a voting right to vote in their national elections.
Mm-hmm.
At least it will make something. It will make sense to people.
Yeah, I know. The my thing is,
I gotta run, man. I will call you to. Huh?
I agree with what you're saying, but my thing is, how do you make that effective with a country like Liberia? How would that work for you
to vote?
Trust something like that to happen? That
to vote?
To vote outside of the country.
But how other country doing it? You got voting, you get election, you got commission, you got voting area, you vote, they do the count, and they get overseas voting. A lot of countries get overseas voting. You know, hear that they say, oh, the result from the overseas, they get overseas voting.
Okay.
I'm saying we don't have that right. And for a long time, we've been yelling, we've been asking for that right. We don't have it. No, but even DeLon came here the last time we hosted DeLon, during his campaign time, we hosted him. We'll make that argument. Liberians in the diaspora, especially in America, won't voting right. How can you fight that? How can you push that? The first thing we're concerned about Liberian and that, they might not be citizen, all kind of no, they might not be citizen, and this and that. Then you come in, wake up, say, cost somebody money.
But that's not DeLon something though.
I see. You probably let DeLon business say your DeLon business, yes.
DeLon, I just explained the whole program to you, and I'm talking about
yes, that the wrong messenger you're dealing with. That DeLon are the wrong messenger you're dealing with.
But DeLon is the wrong messenger, so who's the
in Liberia recently when the people went there, I want men they say you like I was there. They say the diaspora meeting DeLon. One of my men come here, I said, I'm not going there. They say they're going to meet DeLon to have what thing DeLon will tell you. Why you all get from DeLon? They said they're going to meet DeLon to go sit down with DeLon to have the people from the diaspora. I was there. Somebody called me, I said, I will not be part of that thing, I'm not going there.
So
I see you, baby.
You're not going there because you think DeLon said one time people shouldn't die.
I got DeLon, I'm a man. I told you, right? I said DeLon, I said we used to talk, we used to chat. Yeah, I told you I was part of DeLon campaign.
But the man had a change of mind. He told you that, right?
I was part of DeLon campaign. DeLon,
I be holding things from what happened. He said he had a change of mind with the whole dual citizenship thing. That's what he said. But anyways, thank you, Lena.
Yeah,
for-
man, call me, man. Don't be when
Thanks
you
to
stay
the
when you
channel.
stay not here for me,
We
like call me.
appreciate
Me, I can
you.
one call you back and be scared.
What you scared of?
We'll talk it behind. We'll talk it up the camera.
Thanks to the channel and something. Thank you so much for being here. Even though you're a robot, CDC robot, but we still appreciate you. Thank you for always showing up, brother.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if Fix that channel. He says he's a man.
Well, yeah, taking as a taking as a good
But
taking as
take care, and God's willing. See y'all tomorrow on Spoon.
yeah. I will try to see if I don't know my schedule. I will see.